Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. Sorry I'm so unbelievably, ungodly, unacceptably late. I was pretty tired after last night. Yesterday, honestly, to be completely honest with you, the last week, I have barely left this chair. I have, TGB has been... it consumed my life this week, more so than usual. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm glad to see so many people enjoying it. It was, I'm very proud of it. It took a very long time. I'm very happy to have it out there in the world and not sitting in a, Premiere Pro timeline for once, you know? So thank you all for the support on that. It's doing a lot better than I expected. Usually TGB starts off pretty slow, but... yeah, I'm glad you guys liked it. Thank you very much. So, a word of warning today. I'm not going to be doing Nightfall. I'm not going to be doing the Mr. Freeze stuff. I don't want to do that when most of the people who are usually here won't be able to see it. Just doesn't really feel fair. You know, I didn't want to do that. So, instead, we'll just be going through audio tapes, catching up on any of the lore we missed, really wrapping up the Arkham universe. Because, to be honest, a lot of the stories and stuff that they've included in Arkham Knight, they cap off some entire character arcs for certain characters. That Bane one was awesome. That Bane one could have warranted, like, I don't know, like a cutscene, you know what I mean? Like, it was so cool. It makes sense why it doesn't, but a lot of them are actually really cool. So I'm going to be going through that, and mainly just because, as I said, I don't want to have a bunch of people who are usually here at the usual time miss the ending of the game. So, if you need to sleep, if you are waiting for Nightfall, this one's just I don't know, consider this one a filler episode. This is a little bit of a wrap-up before we get to the real ending. Video was great, bro. TGB never fails to amaze me. Process is incredible to see. I watched a couple of old episodes yesterday. Side note, I thought the new additions to the outro were really neat. Hell yeah, man. Thank you very much. Are you talking about the new additions to the outro? Like the series total count and stuff like that? I added that very last minute. I almost forgot. Yeah, that's true, CJ. Yeah, we're gonna mix up the streams after we finish Nightfall, and I'm gonna do like one of the DLCs every couple of days or something like that. Not doing Freeze today, Dom. Gonna save that for tomorrow. Tomorrow will basically be a jumbo stream. I'm gonna do the Freeze stuff. I'm gonna do Nightfall. We're gonna wrap this game up with a nice bow on top, and you know, farewell it properly. I want to be able to do it properly. Which DLC am I going to start with? I'm not fully sure yet. I think we'll figure that out. Just whatever they were... I don't know, whatever is chronologically released, I guess. I'm not sure. When am I streaming New Game Plus? Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. Yeah, so this will be the tape and reading stream. So if that's if you're not crazy about that, and you were waiting to sleep, or you were waiting on nightfall, feel free to, you know, nothing amazingly important will be happening here, so don't stress. Why so late? I slept in a little bit, and I have been, not neglecting, but I have been almost neglecting everything in my life besides TGB for the last, you know, 7 days. So I thought I would, you know, tend to the other things in my life real quick. Anyway, Eyezayar's stream is filmed in front of a live studio audience. It indeed it is. Indeed it is. Who are you backing in the footy rankings? Man, I would have no idea. I don't even know who's playing. Hawthorn or Essendon? I think Essendon sounds cool. Sounds like a spell. Start with Red Hood, Harley, or Batgirl. Yeah, Red Hood I'm excited for, even though apparently it's very, very short. Thanks for the bit, James. Keep throwing stones, dude. That's the way to go. Yeah, we're gonna do Arkham tapes and catching up on the lore. Really wrapping this game up, I think. I usually wouldn't, you know, be too concerned with this, but we're not gonna play an Arkham game for a very long time after this, so... And we've been going through the entire series like it... I'm almost sad, you know? Favorite Eddie design? Really love Asylum's design, really love... I'm big on Knight's design as well. Even though he's a mechanic, I still think it's pretty cool. I would say my top two, though, are probably Asylum and Origins, maybe? I like his Origins look a surprising amount. Yeah, actually, Knight doesn't really compare to the Asylum and Origins one now that I really think about it. They're probably my top two, actually. Forget what I said about Knight. Knight is Mechanic Eddie, which is fine. See you later, lols. Thanks for stopping in, man. Good luck for with work, man. Thank you very much. There is another Arkham game? No, Brob. There is no additional Arkham video games in existence. What are your thoughts on Nakey Jakey watching TGB? Like you just mentioned him a week ago. That's so craggy. It's pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw that. I was checking how the video was going this morning, and I was I thought at first it was just somebody who had changed their profile picture and name. And then I went into the actual comment and I was like, holy shit. It's it's wild. I mean, when I really think about it, I wonder if I even would have started doing YouTube at all at the time that I did if I hadn't have stumbled across his channel. It was a pretty big deal for me, you know, receiving such high praise from somebody who like on something that I've worked on for so long, from somebody who is part of the reason why I started. It's pretty crazy. Like, yeah, I mean, I remember watching Games That Should Bang, which is a pretty old series from him, and just being like, man, I want to do something like this. Like, this is crazy. This is wild. Like, there's a small group of people that I was watching at that time just before I started trying to seriously make things to put on YouTube. There's a small group, and yeah, he was one of them, and so that's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. It's nice of him to, you know, like, because I've seen him comment on some other people that I recently discovered as well, like some really, really cool original videos that have come out from some up-and-coming creators. Like, I've seen his comment on certain things, or even how he mentioned that, I think he mentioned Annie Austin in one of his recent videos. It's just cool to see somebody who's, you know, like, done so much on the platform and has made so much genuinely great stuff, like, you know, letting other people know that he enjoys something they made. Like, it means a lot to people, you know. It's cool. Did we fall on? Did we fall on in bold? This is crazy. This is wild. Man, do Mr. Freeze after nightfall, or you won't get this Easter egg I've been asking. Oh, so, wait. Is Mr. Fridge after nightfall? What? Really? Mr. Fridge is after we do nightfall. Oh, okay. Interesting. Either or works. Who originally told me about that? Also saw Real Pixel in the comments. Yeah, Real Pixel's he makes great stuff as well. There's so much great stuff on YouTube. Like, that's why when people say that the platform has like gone downhill in terms of quality, it's like, I really have to sit back and think, really? Because I come across so much great shit like every week. Every week I'm discovering something that is like, oh, this is what it's about. Like, this is great stuff. Really homegrown, good stuff. And I think it's just obviously like the platform's massive and the sheer amount of stuff that gets posted these days. Like, you have to wade through more of your average internet stuff. But man, you go look and you'll find some awesome stuff from, you know, passionate people. Very talented people. It's really cool. The gaming space is like perfect for it. It's not the only space for it, but man, the things that people make with things that they're passionate about and the skills that they develop in making those projects over a long time, like, you can really watch people become, like, just take their creativity and stuff to a really fucking cool level. It's awesome. It's what I really like about the platform still. Like, at the end of the day, YouTube will still be YouTube so long as it's like those people can find an audience, you know? So I don't think it's become like a cesspit or anything, like some people seem to think. If you do Nightfall first and then complete Cold Man, you get snow? I'm very confused. I'm just gonna do Cold Man after. There's this one story involving Jason that I can't wait for you to read today. Oh, I'm excited. I'm ready for it. Oh, it hits hard? Okay, yeah, I'll do Cold Man after Nightfall. Wait, no, Cold Man, I don't know. We'll figure it out tomorrow. Okay. Here we go. Let's jump into it anyway. But yeah, thank you everybody. I'm glad you enjoyed the new episode. When I just think about how fucking long that took, it's scary. It takes so long, goddammit. Like, I always work a little bit ahead, so I have like a very small amount of the next episode, sort of like at least it's there for me to jump into. But man, oh man, it is a daunting task. I'm not gonna lie. It is big. It is pretty big. Alright, let's get into the game here. I will send you into the void for a moment. Just for a moment. Don't panic, you'll be fine. It's dark in here, but you'll live. If you do Nightfall first and then complete... I can't believe you spoiled that we get snow, but I'm gonna let it go. Alright? I'm gonna let it go. But if you do Cold Man, then Nightfall, it hits way harder. I've heard the opposite from people. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right, where are we here? There we go. Okay. All right, here we go. Sending you out of the void. I know it's cold. I know it hurts. I can't believe we're 115% through this game. I never thought I'd see the day. I never thought I'd see the day. Alright, we need some, like, narration music, don't we? We really do. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, hang on. Alfred moment.
The city's safe.
Excellent work, sir. Gotham's villainous contingent has been brought to...
This is so scary, like,
You should be immensely
the finality of it all, Jesus.
He is forever in your debt.
It's time for nightfall.
Everything is in place, sir. The Batwing is on its way to the GCPD rendezvous point.
I am so curious. I am so curious what this is gonna be. I really like the true ending, you know? Well, an addition to the ending. I'm very excited. All right, hang on. Let me find something. What sort of, like, music should I have for this? Well, actually, first, let me get us to our storytelling perch, I would say, because I have a plan for this, so long as we can still go in there. I want to go to the clock tower. I want us to do our nightly reading inside the clock tower. I feel like that's very fitting. No nightfall today, Epic. I'm gonna save it for tomorrow since we were so late today.
Hey, I wonder who it was under that visor after all. You think he knew Batman?
Alright. Right, I'm going up here. And I'm going in. Let me inside my apartment immediately. So crazy how a month ago he didn't know anything about Knight, now he's pretty much caught up. It feels good, man. I feel like, as I kept saying before we got to Arkham Knight, it felt like a new release was coming up for me. Like, it felt like Arkham Knight had just been announced and I was about to play it for the first time, you know? Like, it felt like this was a new generation game that had just released and I was about to play it. Like, that was the moment. Can I turn it into, like... Should I turn it into Batcave mode? See you later, Laz. Thanks for dropping in, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed, TGB. Appreciate you watching, man. Alright. Yeah, this is good. Oh, wait. Is it? Yeah. This is more the ambience, I think. Alright. So... let me just turn my game up a little bit. I don't know if that's, I don't know if you're being serious or not, Mr. Kilgore. I think I've talked a little bit too much about Breaking Bad over the years. Yeah, you might be right about that, Robbie Bands. I might switch it back. The books and the vibe were pretty good there.
Lockdown clock tower. Authorization. Batman.
Open. All right, sick. Yeah, no, this is good. This is real good. All right, we're gonna post up here. Okay, so music. What have I got? We won't really know if it works until it works, but let's see, like let's see here. Oh yeah, one thing about TGB that I feel like I should say as well. So I said before it released that there was going to be like an inventory system where in the description of each episode there would be an inventory that sort of collects all of the different letters, you know, cards or just bits and pieces of you know, like things that Western Jesus has read or things that he's picked up. Like there would be an inventory system. You'd be able to click into something and find all of that in one place. You will still be able to do that. I just haven't made it yet. I thought I would be able to do it on time, but I didn't get there. Another thing that is missing from the most recent episode is the scene selection. I haven't put the chapters in yet. I'm going to do that today. Again, I finished this video very close to when I released it. It took a very long time. So, I'll also be putting the episode soundtrack in the description today as well. All of those little bits and bobs were missing. I usually like to upload them with it, but yeah, those will be included by the end of today. So if you were wondering where, because I saw some people asking like what this song was at this part, and usually it's there. I'll definitely add that today. That's kind of the plan. But yeah. AAA game releasing day one content. That's hilarious. Yeah, this is the TGB 12 patch, alright? This is the patch. It kind of does feel like that. It feels like when I'm trying to hit the deadline, there's like, those are like the certain sacrifices I had to make. I'm like, I'll put it in the day one patch, dude. Just put it in there. Alright, Jesus Christ. What do we got here? Oh, this is good. This might be good. This is Arkham ambience. Oh, this is kind of excellent. Hold on. If I mix this with something, what could I mix this with? Yeah, this kind of goes, man. This kind of goes. What if I mix it with like ooh, there's music too? Oh, this is so good. Yeah, this is all we need. Maybe if we mix it with this.
Why so serious?
I'm turning on the Nightcore version. I'm going back to the normal version. I'm going the slowed reverb version. Dude, I'm basically a DJ.
So serious.
Where does this go? Oh yeah. Oh, this guy's spitting right now. That was excellent. I'm glad we could experience that together. Alright, I think this is good. Is the music too loud for you? Another thing I'm gonna try and do by the end of the day is like fully rework my audio system that I have for the stream, because what I'm hearing is so different to what you're hearing, and there's actually a way that I can fix that. I'll be able to tell if it's like too loud for you, because we'll be hearing the same thing rather than, because I've got my audio all over the place. Yeah, that Arkham jingle. I use it at every given opportunity, honestly. Yeah, the music in this is very low. Maybe there? You'll probably only... even I can only just hear the music, honestly. This is pretty good, though. I might, put it down a tiny bit. I think there will be good. Alright. Just let me know if you can't hear me over it. Alright, so finishing up the Arkham lore today, basically. I want to know where all the characters have gone, a little bit of backstory that we might have missed, stuff like that. That's kind of the goal for today before we finally put a bow on it with Nightfall. Phallus Sniffer suggestion? Do I trust a link from Phallus Sniffer? Basically the Riddler himself. I think not. I think we're gonna get into reading. I don't think we're clicking links today, dude. Alright. Hello, Spacey Jesus. Welcome, welcome. That link was fire? Oh, I don't know. Alright. Let's, go in here. What do we got? Alright, so should I start with Gotham City stories or the audio tapes? I don't even really know where to find the audio tapes, to tell you the truth. It's all through Riddler trophies, right? Is that right? So we've basically got access to every single tape, right? We don't need to read bios. We know who they are. New video was actual cinema. Thanks a lot, Alec. That's high praise, man. Thanks for watching, dude. Alright, so I'll do a poll. Let's do a poll for fun. We haven't done a poll in a while. Let's go. Do you want audio tapes or stories first? Let's have a look. How do I do a poll again? Something like that. Is that it? Yep, there we go. Audio tapes or stories first. Audio tapes and stories. Alright, sick. Alright, let me know. You've got a minute. Set your decision. We don't do polls around here very often, okay? So let's mix it up a little bit. Let's get a little bit creative with it. Okay. What do we got? Let me know. What are we at so far? Interesting. It's pretty much split. Pretty evenly split. That's a good sign. Both options are good. Alright, let's go. I'm just gonna unlock all of these while we wait. The stories would be a good ending for this whole setup. I feel like you're right. I feel like audio tapes first may be the go. But hey, you choose. It looks like it's heading that way anyway, but don't let me sway your decision. Well, first of all, how many do we even have? Like, am I gonna lose my voice here? There's a lot. Do we have every single one unlocked as well? Because you unlock them through riddles, right? The 240 grind is such a pain because of Riddler and Riddler alone. Caden, I thought that if you go for 240, you don't have to do Riddler a second time. Is that right? Or did I misunderstand something that somebody said? No, you don't. Caden, don't put yourself through this, man. Don't do it. It's not healthy. You don't, but... Oh, I understand what you mean. Yeah, the first go-around is pretty huge. We've been doing this for like 2 weeks or something. You can probably actually see how long we've been doing Riddler trophies for. Maybe not 2 weeks, but it's been a grind for sure. Music's getting a little loud. Yeah, I might turn this down just a tiny bit. It's a cool playlist, though. Let me know how that's treating you. Now, we're doing Mr. Free's last, apparently, crazy cannonball. That's what I've been, instructed by most people. Would music work with audio tapes? It should. You've streamed over 30 Arkham Knight streams? What day are we on? How long since 2nd of January? 74. We're on day 74 right now. That's kind of crazy. 74 or 75, depending on where you are, I guess. Alright, let's get into this, shall we? I'm going to start this playlist again. Okay, so we're starting with audio tapes. Was that the result of the poll? I believe it was. Oh yeah, crazy. Alright, so let's do this, shall we? So we just, what, we do them left to right, I guess? Why do we not have these? Oh, we do. Of course we do. We've collected there's not a single Riddler-related thing left to do. We've done it. We've done it. We're living. We're thriving. Alright. We'll go left to right. We'll start with Eddie. Wait, audio tapes are in character bios? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Do we have audio tapes from every character? Sorry if I'm stumbling my way through this, by the way. Will it tell me if there's audio tapes from somebody? Oh, it's literally showing me who has them. Oh, I'm so sorry. Do we have every character bio as well? Is another thing. Oh, I see. The Riddler screen has to finish its baloney? Really? So we have to sit and wait as it goes through all this stuff? That is baloney. For sure. The very definition. You're gonna play the Bat Family DLCs after this? Yeah, I'm gonna... We won't be doing Arkham Knight every single day from here on out. So, gonna, like, intersperse different DLCs throughout the week, you know? Like, we might do 2 DLCs a week, or 3 DLCs a week on different days or something. That's kind of the plan for now, Ethan. The Riddler tapes aren't all the tapes. Are there any tapes that you can only get through, like... I don't know. Some other means? Like challenge maps or something? No? That's good news. That's cool. It's so rare for me to have, like, basically 100% completion in a game. So, this just feels foreign to me. It's very rare for me to do that. I usually just play a game until I'm, like, satisfied. But with this, I really did want to get 100%. It took hold of me, you know? Alright. So, we'll go through here. We good with starting with Arkham Knight? We good there? Yeah, that's crazy, Rogan. That takes some dedication, man. I respect that. Alright, let's go. Arkham Knight video audio tape number 1. Alright, so... I won't go through this with everybody, but... Hey, he's 6 foot. Good for him, okay? Jesus, you don't have to rub it in our faces. Christ. Besides the discovery of a militia training facility in South America, virtually nothing is known of the Arkham Knight until his arrival in Gotham, where he quickly earned himself a fearless reputation amongst the city's leading criminals. Working together with Scarecrow, he has sworn to kill Batman and will stop at nothing until he is dead. Yeah, well, tell me something we don't know, okay? Give me something. Hang on a second. I gotta turn the sound up for me. I can't hear shit. I could not hear a word of that. Turn up. Volume up and music down. Subtitles on. Okay. I didn't think there'd be so much preparation for this. This is big business. Music off and I'll make an exception with the subtitles and put them on for this section. Alright. Game audio's way up. How's that ambience sounding to you? Not too loud? The rain sound effects and the vague music, what do you reckon? Turn the ambience down? Alright. It's a little inconsistent with how loud it is. We might switch playlists soon. I reckon. Alright. How's that? Alright, here we go. Arkham Knight Tape 1. So this is after she was kidnapped.
I'm awake, you bastard.
Good. Who is Batman?
Ask him when he gets here.
Thank you, Miss Gordon. I was afraid that my preferred...
This is cool. This is... I'm glad we're doing this. Extra little insight into what was going on.
Because you're insane.
I usually burn my toxin as an aerosol. It's efficient, but not pure. Now that terror I can elicit with a concentrated dose administered.
I forgot that it was usually gas for him. But he was still injecting in Asylum as well, so...
The long-term damage.
Is he talking, like,
Fear, of course.
Are you done talking?
pre-Asylum antics?
You have barely begun. You'll be incoherent when my toxin dissolves the wall between your conscious mind and subconscious nightmare. But as those
This ambience is so good for this.
they'll take this pathetic defiance with them.
You're still talking.
Very well. Get the fellow away from her.
Interesting. So, in Asylum, I think it was for the drip, since he never actually used the syringes. I remember different. Didn't Scarecrow inject Batman with the syringes on his hand in Asylum? Wasn't that a thing? Audio is still Krungle? Is it actually? Wait, really? What can't you hear? The actual speaking? The tapes are so quiet? Oh, shit. How do I fix that? Hang on, let me tinker. That one wasn't too important anyway. Alright, let me know if this makes a difference, okay? Your voice in the ambience isn't loud, but the dialogue is extremely quiet. Alright. Let me know if this is better.
Patient notes. Gordon, Barbara.
Does that make a difference?
Wake up, Miss Gordon. Wake up.
Hell yeah. Oh my god, we're gaming. A couple of people got ads, so I'll just, I'll wait for a second before we get to number 2. So, yeah, that's interesting. I distinctly remember him injecting Bruce in the chest in Asylum. So he definitely uses the syringes, right? The audio is just kind of shit. Do you mean on my end, or do you mean like the actual tapes? They're just kind of designed to sound low quality. Is that kind of what you mean? More the game side? True. We got a Jonkler cameo here. Yeah, he used both gas and needles, right. The tapes have, intentional Krungle is definitely a feature. How could I make the game even louder? I actually can't. It's max volume, so hopefully it's fine. He used it to start off his nightmare sequence. Yeah, that's what I remember. All right, I'm going to assume ads are done. We good? We good? Tape number 2. I love this ambient playlist, but it's just the audio is so up and down with it, in terms of volume. All right, let's go.
He's gone. Did he hurt you?
Spare me the good cop, bad cop routine.
No. See, you're supposed to keep me talking. Play for time. Wait for Batman. That's what he taught you, right?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Me? I talked for hours. Because I knew, right?
Shut up,
Batman
Joker.
taught me
Jesus.
to save me. The bastard just let me talk. Eventually, I just ran out of things to say. So trust me, you can't count on Bruce to save you.
Bruce,
Wait,
Yeah, Scarecrow doesn't know. It's our little secret.
he made it so obvious it was him.
Batman likes to play the hero, Barbara, and he's pretty good at it. But it's an act. Batman's not about saving the innocent. No, he's about punishing the guilty. Now, don't get me wrong. That worked for you. Or
There's so much wrong with what he just said, but anyway.
it comes down to it. When he has to make a choice between you and the mission,
L. Jason.
you'll choose the mission.
L. Jason.
Every
You can't see it, but I got an L on my forehead right now.
look me in the eye and say that.
Jason?
Oh, okay. Wait, so by the time that... Man, the story in my head is kind of messed up, so... Did she know that he was Jason before we did? Or at around the same time? Yeah, so Barbara knew before we did. When did we get Barbara? So by the time we saved Barbara, we had figured out who... Well, we had revealed to us who the Arkham Knight actually was, right? We got Barbara after we knew. Okay, alright. Weird that she didn't mention it. I don't remember her saying it at any point. Maybe she just knew that we knew. Yeah, I agree with that a little bit, Clayman. But there's a few things that make it palatable to me. Like, I assume after quite a while, he would just assume that, I don't know, Jason's body was, like, irrecoverable or something, you know? She never acknowledged that. Yeah, that is strange. Let me know if this ambience is too loud, by the way. It's starting to get louder. I don't know why it's like this. Anyway.
Jason, this is wrong.
He left me.
He lost you, and he mourns for you. Come home.
Can't go back. You don't know what Joker did, Barbara. He hollowed me out.
Jesus.
Built me back up.
Jesus. What? I know Joker's a fiend. I didn't know he went that far. Jesus, what happened in that asylum?
All this blackness, and I put it all in a bullet, and I put it right between Bruce's eyes.
Joker's dead, Jason. You want revenge on the man who hurt you? You've got one shot. Come back to the manor. Let us help you. Don't let Joker win.
Don't do it.
How's Alfred?
He misses you. We all do.
The cloud burst charged tonight. It's time. Someone put a gag on her. Anyone hurts her, they're a dead man.
You know what I'm even more interested in? Sorry if this is a stupid question, but did Scarecrow know that Jason was the Arkham Knight? He didn't know that either, did he? I've never heard most of these, so I'm experiencing this for the first time. That's cool, yeah. I guess a lot of people don't listen to the audio files and stuff in the game, in the Arkham games. I know I've missed a lot. I'm sure there's ones I haven't heard in City. No, he definitely would have used that to his advantage if he knew. Like, it would have been an additional... That would have opened up, like, a potential for an additional power play, you know? I don't believe that he wouldn't care about it. If he knew that, he would have used it to his advantage in some way. Alright, Deacon Blackfire. Do we want to go... I feel like... Maybe we should try and start with the big hitters first. Or maybe we just go in order. We'll go in order so we don't get confused. He has a lot. Holy hell, okay. This is going to be a whole lot of, like... you know... I just imagine he's going to be reciting biblical verses, and he's definitely going to yap. Alright. He has 6 audio tapes. He better have something worthwhile to say.
Tape 8, October 15th.
Oh, this is Jack Ryder, okay.
Creature. No records.
Never mind.
Nothing. Something tells me he won't stay hidden for long. For the Lord hath designed a most cruel and dark place.
Oh, that's true, CJ. I hadn't even thought of that.
Where we put the heathen, the guilty men and women in his pavilion of pain.
I like the way this guy speaks.
Some fire burn and hot coals fall as hailstones from a black sky.
Everything he says is a Bible verse. Like, he's fucking spitting 24/7. Some heavy shit.
He showed me the fire. He showed me the bodies writhing in flames. Cause that's what's waiting for you. You who
He's
don't
spitting,
accept
dude.
me into your heart. I am the messenger of truth. For the Lord
Bro.
hath anointed me with his sacred
It's
oil.
Saturday, not Sunday. What's going on here? I wasn't ready for this.
And promised me and my children their right
Why is the music so loud?
in the new kingdom. That's right. You will be made prince.
It kind of goes hard with this.
Amen.
Huge Deacon.
Our sermons are getting worse. He's not waiting for Armageddon. He's bringing it. And I'm gonna be right there when he does.
Hell yeah, that was crazy. Christian rap confirmed? Dude, Deacon Blackfire walked so NF could run, that's all I'm saying. That amen was a mic drop. So, where is Deacon at this point? How is Jack actually interviewing him? What's the go there? This is what Mark Wahlberg's Instagram feels like. Yeah, and you just get like a burger ad every third post or something. Oh, Jack's hiding. Is Jack like pulling a fucking Finn and Jake in Marceline's house right now? Is that what's happening? Oh, this is how he got caught. Yeah, Jack goes hard. This is kind of strange though, because wasn't Jack mostly staying inside the police station during this entire night? So how did he get time to go out? I guess I'm seeing there's some only when we were there. That's very convenient. Until before the mission. He told you he was going to go check him out? Okay. I don't want to call continuity error when there's actual evidence that I've just misremembered. He got out after Batman brought Oracle. He's dedicated to the story, that's for sure. Alright, let's go number 2.
Tape 11, October 19th. Going back over some old interviews.
Wait, does that confirm the date of when Arkham Knight takes place? Oh, these are all different dates.
Tape 8.
Oh, I see.
Tape 11. Tape 20.
Arkham Knight's on Halloween, that's right. Oh, I shouldn't get spoilers. I want... So this is the one... Wait, Halloween is October what? Is it October 30th? Is that Halloween? 31st, that's right. So what, the last, like, couple are when he's captured or something? That's interesting.
October 19th.
I don't fucking know. Halloween, 30th, 31st, same thing. Christmas, Easter.
My name's Terry Noonan. I worked the sewers best part of 20 years. You name it, I've seen it. Walls of fat so thick they'd swallow you up. Rats as big as dogs. Enough teeth and hair to give you nightmares. It's a different world down there.
I understand you've got a theory, Mr. Noonan.
Terry,
Hit me with it.
please.
Hit me with it, Terry.
Some people like to think the homeless are disappearing because Gotham's pulling them out of the gutter. But you think different?
I've heard things. Strange things. Voices. Chanting.
Chanting?
Ah, yeah, right.
It's been like this for months.
Because
I hear
Deacon
voices
was the leader of, like, that,
Have you ever tried to find it?
Hey.
shelter,
hey,
wasn't he?
stupid. Besides, none of my business. If you were smart, you'd think the same.
Noonan went missing not long after this. Cops found his body stuffed in one of those giant fat deposits. They said it was an accident. I figure he found something he wasn't supposed to. What the hell are you up to, Blackfire?
This is so cool. This makes me want to replay the game again with all my, like, background information that I'm acquiring. You know? Arkham Knight is either set in 1999 to 2000 or 2023 or 2015. That's excellent. I'm so glad that we have such a definitive date. It's always like that with Batman media, unless it's, like, explicitly stated.
Tape 23, October 26th. I was searching the archives and this little gem cropped up. Cops arrest a vagrant who's had a run-in with Blackfire. Guess we're starting to get some idea what this whack job's been up to. Please state your
Oh, that's
name.
interesting, Ludicrous.
I haven't got a name. Not anymore. We're his children. His disciples.
Oh, man.
Who? Deacon Blackfire. The one true messenger. The Redeemer.
What in the
He can save
fucking
Gotham.
Joseph
He can
seed
save
is
us
going
all.
on here?
Well, he sounds like a nice guy. You mock me, you fool. You don't know the power you're dealing with. Okay, why don't you tell me? 1,000 years he has walked the earth, and 1,000 more he will reign.
Oh, man, he's going.
You think I'm crazy? Hey, you're free to believe whatever you want. I doubted him too once, and then I saw it. The blood is his power. He bathes in it. Sure he does. You can see it in their eyes when he draws the blade across their throat.
Oh,
See
man.
it then. The light.
So, yeah, he was, like, trying to
Take it easy.
sacrifice,
We have worked it
Big
through
Boy
the
Jack.
sacrifices
Oh,
of
shit.
evil grants and
What did I do there?
everlasting life. Sit
Whoops.
down.
Everything's falling apart.
Get off me. of homeless killers, human sacrifices, bathing in blood. I hope they're planning another sacrifice. You
Oh,
can't win the
okay.
awards without a little human tragedy.
Yeah, okay, so these audio tapes really put more into perspective how much of a scumbag that Jack Ryder is. Like, anything for the scoop kind of deal. You know, tragedy is just a part of the game, I guess.
Tape 25, October 30th. Got my hands on this forensic report. Human sacrifice. It's real. They're really happening. The deceased M. Hollis, located in the abandoned premises, front-facing room to Hammond Close. Male, 33 years, approximately 6 feet, 210 pounds, brown hair. Found lying face up on a table central to the room.
Lovely.
Contusions on the wrist and ankles, indicating the victim was restrained with a thick cord or rope.
Excellent.
The neck has been cut. Deep incision severing the esophagus and main arteries.
Awesome.
The body appears to have been drained of blood.
Tasty.
Victim is naked.
Okay, that's
Clothes have
great.
been burned as well as personal effects.
Mm.
No sign of murder weapon. Symbols have been drawn onto the walls in victim's blood. Photographs logged. Scene secured by Detective Russo at 2100 hours. Something
That was a
big
perfectly timed
happening.
Arkham Asylum jingle, I'm not gonna lie.
He wants that final sacrifice. But where? I need that last piece of the puzzle, then bam! Son of a bitch is mine.
Alright, so I am guessing this is, this next one doesn't go so well for Jackie Boy.
A big piece of the puzzle just fell into place. Lady of Gotham.
Ah,
That's where
okay.
it's going down. I couldn't wait for you, Batman. Sorry. This one's too important to miss.
You're crazy. Okay, that's a nice and short one. Next one is just gonna be him screaming on a table. Just reaching the same fate as everybody else here.
Guess you're wondering what the Lady of Gotham connection is. Turns out there was a Blackfire tied up with the Miyagani people. His name crops up in tribal stories. Seems like they shot him with arrows. Shut him in a cave. You want to know where that cave is supposed to be? You got it.
Oh man, I love
Directly
stuff
beneath
like
the
that.
Lady
I
of
love
Gotham.
stuff like
Looks
that.
like the irony didn't escape our preacher. Cash ran this guy's prints. Turns out he's got a past. Tax evasion, fraud.
good.
One file dates back to
A
the
real
20s.
citizen.
Cash thinks it's got to be a mistake. Part of me wishes Blackfire was telling the truth. Guess we all want to believe, huh? Too bad he's just another con man.
So, is he actually a con man, though? Is he, or has he actually got any spiritual thing going on, or is he just kind of like riding the coattails of the old stories? He's almost as old as me. He's pushing it. He's pushing it. Like, I'm guessing he's... it depends on what version you read. I would say there's probably a version out there of him, but in the Arkham version, he's just a con man / serial killer. Yeah, that's true, Trained Club. One of the weirdest Batman villains in terms of like how they're meant to work is Grundy. I always think Grundy is slightly out of place. Like, I like him. I think it's cool that he exists, but he is very, very strange compared to a lot of other Batman villains. The whole, like, actual living proof of zombification is strange, you know? Okay, let's go. So we got Harley next. The Harley ones should be interesting, actually. I also kind of hate Grundy. I don't hate him. I don't hate him. I think it's cool. I think Arkham does it quite well, but he's always a little out of place. Just a little bit. It's a little, especially when we're talking about like grounded Batman stories, and not grounded as in nothing unrealistic, but grounded as in like, you know, like it's very overtly supernatural, you know. But he's cool. I don't wish he didn't exist or anything. Alright, 3 audio tapes here.
Who's there?
It's Mr. Adams. We spoke on the phone.
Oh, come in, but slowly, and keep your hands up.
Wait, when was this?
Thank you for agreeing to see me, Miss Quinzel.
Well, you said you know something about Mr. J. Start talking.
Well, it's not every day I have a gun pointed at my face.
Henry? Are you infected? No, Henry was infected since City, technically.
You wrinkle your brains out. What's so funny?
Oh yeah, I forgot they had a plan for a while.
Sorry, I meant joke.
Is this actually when she broke into the movie studio?
White, red, and black. Oh, a baby under an animal.
I'd say it's before. It would make more sense. He seemed like he was coming to meet her.
Catch the thief. Because his legs have been cut off. A father takes his family to the amusement park. They all die in a car crash on the way home.
That is so funny.
You're real funny. You know, I ain't laughed like that since. I miss my sweet.
Oh, poor Harley. I've missed
I love the implication of the Arkham universe with, like, you get a blood transfusion, you just start becoming the fucking donor's personality. That's so scarog. Henry, these jokes aren't really funny, man. You gotta, yeah, no, this is like, I just have dark humor type. It's like, okay? What are you talking about, brother? When you consider villains like Killer Croc and the Ventriloquist, yeah, he's not super out of place. It's just that those other ones are like, okay, Killer Croc is like a genetic mutation. Genetic mutations happen in the real world. This is just like a crazy elevation of that real world concept, right? I can't remember the Ventriloquist deal. I guess he is a little bit weirder. Clayface is definitely very strange as well. It's just something like zombies being such a recognizably fictional thing, and like mythical thing. It seems funny next to Batman. I don't know what it is. Like all of his villains are fantastical in some way, or at least most of them are. Yeah, that's it, Mr. Clever. I like. As most people do, I love Batman's Rogues Gallery, and it really depends what version you're reading, but most of them have, you know, at least a couple of really great appearances, you know? You could have fooled me, Panda. Alright.
Patient interview, October 15th.
Oh, here we go. Big Henry.
Henry Adams.
So tape number 1 was definitely before he was quarantined.
Where am I? You're here for your own safety, Henry. You could be sick.
Sick.
Yeah, I agree with that, CJ.
You're sure? No
I accept
food,
Grundy.
behavioral changes.
Absolutely not. Those people in the other cell. Who are they?
Their blood was contaminated. Like yours.
What? I mean, I'm not the only one.
I think you're the key to helping them.
Those smiles. I've seen that before.
It's the Jobra.
It's him. The Joker.
We'll find a cure, Henry.
We're in danger, Batman. You can't risk that kind of evil.
Damn, Henry Adams needs a fucking Oscar or something, dude. I believe him. He's just a friendly old fella.
Only way to be sure.
That's all for now, Henry. Interview over.
Open. Over. Alright, cool. I like where this is going.
This is Mr. J. Come in. Over.
Reading you loud and clear, Mr. J.
My infiltration remains utterly flawless. Operation
Pudding break.
is a go.
Jesus, get a hold of yourself.
Baby.
They're in rude health, my dear. All dying to meet Mommy.
Okay,
Now,
relax.
you remember the plan, don't you?
Yeah. I don't really want to hit you over the head, though. It's gonna hurt.
We've been over this, my little knuckle duster. It's the only way to convince Batman that I'm to be trusted. You do want to kill him, don't you?
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, after that. Bird Boy's coming. See you soon. Mr. J, over and out.
Wild behavior. Yeah, that Joker blood really gets you acting up, apparently. Big Henry. How tall is he? 5'9". I could take him. 160 pounds. I could take him. Maybe. We'll see. Henry did pull some fucking tricks out. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's the principal of McCallum Academy. Professor of biology. I can't look at him the same after what happened. I'm surprised Hush doesn't have any tapes. Yeah, I hate... It's actually my least favorite part of Arkham Knight, I think. The fact that we never really get a definitive thing for Hush. We're just meant to believe that he gets locked up for life. Like, what's happening here? Master of Disguise. You got that fucking right. Determined to destroy Bruce Wayne is so good. The ultimate hater. What a guy. Jack Ryder, you have problems. I mean, I guess everybody on this list kind of has problems, don't they? Alfred might be the most mentally sane on this entire list. Do I hear any objections to that? Like, let's go. Like, Aaron Cash maybe is up there as well. Albert's completely off his rocker. Arkham Knight is fucked in the head completely. Azrael is literally... He has, like, some ancient brain juice going on. Batman is a case, I'll tell you. Total head case. Bruce Wayne's a nice guy, though. He seems to be mostly intact after that terrible thing that happened to his parents. I mean, if I was him, seeing my parents being gunned down in an alleyway would be enough to get me, I don't know, like seeking revenge in some way. Maybe at night, dressed as an animal. I don't know. It could happen. Catwoman's literally a kleptomaniac. Yep. Done. Like, obviously. Deacon's a cult leader. Deathstroke's a murderous psychopath assassin. Chief Underhill, don't know much about him, but besides the obvious, he's probably mostly well, but definitely has some issues. Firefly, obviously. What is he? Pyromaniac? What do you call him? Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon's actually not that bad, but I get the sense that he's very depressed. I get the sense that he's utterly done. So he's kind of like quietly mentally ill, you know? Harley's gone skis. Henry's gone skis. We just talked about Hush. Jack's gone skis. Yeah. I mean, do I need to point out the obvious here? Johnny Charisma, beautiful voice, has a few screws loose. I mean, nothing really needs to be said about this fella. He needs no introduction. He needs a straight jacket and, I don't know, sedation. Oh, you know, Kirk and Francine weren't that crazy. Kind of crazy. Kind of. Like, the fact that they did that experiment on themselves is insane. Kind of. Lucius might be mentally well as well. I think he's pretty intact. Man-Bat is literally, like, out of control. There's not even any discussion to be had there. Thomas and Martha Wayne seemed pretty well adjusted before they, you know, got a hole in their head. You know, do you think Dick might be the most well-adjusted member of the Bat family besides Alfred? Could we make a case for that? He actually, he has his moments, but he kind of, like, became what Batman could have been if he didn't let, you know, like, his own, if he didn't let that tragedy get to him the way that it did, you know what I mean? Oracle's pretty good as well. Oracle is she's extremely intelligent. I think she's mostly all there, you know? Penguin is kind of, no, Penguin's definitely insane. He has a fucking, like, the bottom of a shot glass in his eyeball. Let's not even make a case for him there. Ivy is, yeah, an eco-terrorist. She's definitely not all there. Professor Pig might be the most insane besides, like, besides the Joker, I guess. Professor Pig needs to be locked away forever. Obviously, Jason's messed up. Riddler is extremely ill and needs to be, like, treated immediately in an asylum that's a little bit more competent than Arkham, I think. He seems like he could be saved, you know? He seems like you just need to get him over this, like, superiority complex, you know? Tim's an angry boy, but he's actually pretty well adjusted in general as well, right? He's bald, so that's exactly right. Like, there's clearly has to be something not connecting right, and he's not playing with a full deck of cards, we'll say that. Scarecrow it's just not even worth talking about. Stag was like he seemed pretty well adjusted, he seemed pretty fine, but you gotta be he kind of got manipulated, right? He's just a greedy old asshole. I don't think he's technically mentally ill. Oracle, Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, same as always from before. Two-Face is completely out there, multiple personality disorder. And Vicky Vale, she seems to have some sort of mental complex where she needs to reiterate who she is to everyone in every conversation. But besides that, probably okay. Is that the Vicky Vale for the Gotham Gazette? Yeah, she would probably be alright as well. I don't know why we went on this tangent. Maybe we do need a Batman Arkham Universe mental illness tier list. It could happen. Let's not close ourselves off to the possibilities here. Anyway, back to these audio tapes. The Jonkler ones are going to be interesting since they have to take place before he was, you know, not alive anymore. So these ones will be interesting. Oh, he's only got one. Okay. He has got the McDonald's hairline, but we can forgive him for that. That's not a total crime against humanity. All right.
2 years ago,
Oh, it's a Bruce entry.
A genetically enhanced army on Gotham. The drug he used to modify his henchmen was called Titan. Before I could stop him, Joker ingested a massive dose of the Titan formula and mutated into a gigantic abomination. I managed to defeat him, but his overdose had devastating side effects. Joker was dying, and he needed a cure. To ensure my cooperation, he infected my blood with his own, leaving me no choice but
Raven?
But that wasn't all. He contaminated Gotham's blood banks, too. The result, the patient's currently quarantined here. Joker's mutated blood behaves like a prion infection, attacking the brain and transforming these people into him. Unless we find a way to reverse the process, no one will be able to...
Tell me something we don't know, Bruce. Okay, cool to hear from Bruce's perspective there on how... Because, like, he's not exactly... I actually saw a really good comment the other day. It was I can't remember what the comment was on, but something I hadn't really noticed about the Arkham series. And it kind of goes against, like, the lack of character development that people say is sort of present in the Arkham series. Like, maybe this is, like, a self-affirming thing now that I'm just thinking about it, but, like, it does seem from memory that Bruce spoke a lot more and was a little bit more jovial, you know, by Bruce's standards in Arkham Asylum. And then even in City, he seems to talk quite a lot. And then even in Origins, you go way back, he was more vocal and whatever. And then playing Knight, now that I think about it, he rarely spoke at all. Like, in Knight, I feel like Bruce is barely talking to anyone ever. And each conversation, like, maybe he talks more because there's, like, the phone call conversations and stuff, but... he is way more to the point. He's way less, like, accommodating in conversations. It's all just, like, that's it, you know? And, it was on a comment about, like, how, the events of City changed him. And when I really think about it, yeah, he does seem more apathetic. Maybe not apathetic, but he's a little bit more listless, you know? And I wonder if now that I've heard that I'm just sort of attributing evidence to that, that might not really be there. But it'd be interesting to go back and have a proper look at that. The City stories lean more into that theory. Yeah, it definitely seems to be the case. He's also poisoned throughout the game, that is true. He's literally got a fucking clown in his head throwing zingers at the wall. Favorite podcast so far? I like the, so far the Arkham Knight ones have been the most interesting. I thought there was going to be more of them. That's why I'm just kind of like gliding through leisurely here. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Things that happened in City, that was one night full of just absolute pain for Bruce from start to fucking finish. So, he's also dealing with his son's baldness. That is true. That's the toughest problem of all. Alright. Penguin, can't even fly. Your whack, your hairdo, or lack thereof, is really offensive. Let's have a look here.
Keep that smoke out of my face, little man.
What's the matter?
Wait. Is the little man comment warranted? Let's have a look. Shit. Penguin, what's happening here? Jesus Christ. And that's him with dress shoes. Oh, man. Alright.
Keep that smoke out of my face, little man.
What's the matter, Harv? Burning smell bring back some bad memories.
Okay, he's got zingers, though.
Bozos, you know that?
Enough.
Well, about time you showed your face.
Yeah, what's left of it?
What's the deal, Crane? Why are we
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Like, Scarecrow's technically got a ravaged face now.
fear that strikes at you from the shadows, hunts you, keeps you afraid of the dark,
Yeah, we all fear Batman. Tell us something we don't know.
like how we kill him. That's my job.
Okay, Jason. Jason's like the little child butting into the adult conversation here. Yeah, Scarecrow's mask melted to his skin. How did that actually happen exactly? Like, somebody said it was Killer Croc that, like, disfigured him? Yeah, mauled him. Do we see that happen? Apologies for the terrible memory on the games that we've just literally played. We don't see him get mauled, do we? Takes him into the river. When did that happen? Hang on, let me... Oh, I don't have my phone with me. I'll take your word for it. Oh, wait, it's implied? Or do we see him take it? Why don't I remember that? Anyway.
This cocky gobshite is the first bat fanatic to muscle in on our turf. I'd sooner pistol them than trust them.
The coin says give him a chance.
Sod the stick in court.
The coin says go to a burn specialist immediately.
Yeah, real funny, Harv. You keep talking like that, and Scarecrow's little ceasefire ain't gonna happen.
Let this Arkham Knight run his army. Leave him and Scarecrow to chase the bat.
Yeah, Footstool is wild.
I'm having nothing to do with your bait job. Aside from my cut, of course.
You just make sure our men are armed and their guns are loaded.
Oh, don't you worry, Harv. The guns will be loaded. Every bleeding second of this truth.
Cool, so what these tapes are doing really well is they're acting as like... I really liked Arkham Knight's story, but I constantly felt like there was a little bit of connective tissue missing with the plot. Just a little bit. There were certain things that I wish we had gotten a little bit more like that whole thing with the truce, for example. You kind of forget that a big part of Arkham City focuses on all of the, sort of the gang war that's happening between all the main villains, Penguin, Joker, Two-Face, and then Tiger's kind of just letting them do their thing by order of, Strange, because, I mean, we all know what his plan was amounting to. These tapes are really good at sort of reminding you of, that fact. Like, I almost didn't consider how weird it was that all of a sudden Penguin, Two-Face, and, who was the other faction? Arkham Knight's people, they weren't, like, fighting for control or anything. That's kind of interesting. Like, I should have realized that coming right off the back of City, but if it had just been... Maybe it was reiterated here and there or something, and I just wasn't listening, but...
Look at you.
Grundy mentioned Gra.
Oh, I think it's broken. This had better be good, otherwise I'll give you a batch in pay. What happened? We got to the docks, like you said. All these men, they had the same idea as us. Someone warned them, didn't they? You dirty, filthy crap. Boss, please. Someone got the drop on all of them. They killed everyone. What? He went through us like we weren't there. I never seen anything like it. The Arkham Knight. He had a gun in my mouth. He said this is a family now. We all gotta get along. And he said you better know your place. Chief. Hey, don't shoot the messenger, I won't. Nah. I can break his bloody arms out.
Don't do it. He's vicious. He's vicious. He's fucking vicious, I'll tell you. You could have just, like, stepped one step away from him. It would have taken him 3 weeks to get to you. Now, the Pig ones are going to be really annoying. I'm not going to lie to you. Pig as a character is cool. He's also very annoying to listen to. When he speaks, it's like, please there has to be a point in here somewhere, right? It's all just, like, ethereal, psychopathic bullshit. Hopefully, he's not too verbose here, right? 3 of them, okay. How tall is this fella? Terrifying. Fucking terrifying.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the circus of strays coming to a town near you.
Advertisement?
The ball has but a host of talented performers gathered in one place to amaze and entertain. The astounded by Big Top.
He would be terrible to come across, though. He's got that psychopath strength as well. Oh man. Trying to pick up a loaf of bread and you stumble across this fella in a dark alley? No, thank you.
You're gonna see it to believe it. Come and join us, and you'll never look at the world the same way again.
Man, I really need to remember what the name of that Baldur's Gate 3 boss is. Only people who have played the game will obviously know who I'm talking about, but I can't look at Professor Pig the same way ever again now with the whole, like, stitching people together and making new people out of it and fucking whatever else, you know? Making them so they can't experience pain anymore. That sort of vibe. What is that boss's name? I'm gonna look it up real quick. Baldur's Gate 3, is it Thorm something you said? Is it Ketherick? No, that's the main guy. God, it's been a while. No, what's his name? Howard Hamblin, that's it, right. The creator of the perfect shade of blue, Hamlindigo. The man himself. What's his name? What's his fucking name? Scissor Guy. Gotta be careful with the search results. I'll get there, but let's have a look. No, that doesn't come up with anything. What the fuck is his name, man? Guy who... I'm just gonna put guy who stitches people. Oh no, surgeon. Surgeon is a better name for that. Yeah, this is him. This is him. What is his name? Oh, you were right. It's like Malice Thorm or something. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll show you, though. Wait. Wrong display capture. Hold on. Yeah, this is him. So he, like, stitches people together and fucking makes crazy things out of them. Turns them into, like, stone-faced zombies kind of deal. Same way that old mate does. Or in a similar way, I should say. I wish I had a better example of his victims, though. Yeah, they're like that. It's I can't stop thinking of him whenever I see Professor Pig now. because it's so similar. I'm surprised there's not so many, like, images of him. To be honest, he was, like, the highlight of the game for me. That was such a cool area, such a cool section. Felt really intense and spooky. Even if you're not into, like, turn-based games and stuff like that, Baldur's Gate 3 was actually pretty fucking awesome. Anyway, back to the task at hand. I apologize. Act 2 is the best part. Yeah, I didn't get to Act 3, so I can't really speak on that. Thanks for spoiling it. That's not a spoiler, that's a taste tester. You're welcome.
Janos, my dearest son. Oh, my perfect child. I make these recordings so that you are not alone. So that you know Daddy loves you.
Not the D word.
Daddy loves his little pig.
Not the D word. Don't hit me with that. Oh, don't do that.
And we have brought joy to many sad people. They join us now like a big family, growing week by week.
Yeah, it's a great game, Boogity Man.
They know nothing of misery. I call them my Dollartrons. To each new home we move at night, finding a fresh patch of earth to inhabit. Secret places in forgotten parts of town.
Okay, pig, get to it, brother.
Where the locals tumble unawares into our candy-striped head. The Dollartrons are the first to greet them with open arms and perfect faces.
Why?
Is when I take them to see Mother.
Oh, God.
I tell you, they are amazed by my imagination.
Oh, he's gone off his rocker, everybody. Let's get you to bed, old man. It's like when you pick up a fantasy book for the first time and you're not, like, into the story or characters yet because the book insists on just description dumping you. That's kind of what he's doing here.
I will. Night has drawn its curtain yet again, and the circus moves on. Our number swollen to a different touch of earth. On the dark horizon, the building tops glimmer, the heat and smog.
Jesus, man, he doesn't stop.
The den of criminals and beasts. Gotham is her name. Janos, I'll tell you, the circus has come home.
Very good, Mr. Pig. Go to sleep now. I just realized, why did they give him the rock eyebrow as well? That is such a wild picture of him the more you look at it. He's got the duck lips going, he's got the rock eyebrow, he's a born celebrity. Yeah, I've got some yap competition here. Please, keep it succinct, Mr. Pig, please. We're on a time limit here.
My dear Janos, it is time you learned the truth about your mother, your real mother. I remember not her name or how she found me, wallowing in that pit of despair. Oh, like an angel, she swept into my turvy world, dragged me, screaming, from shape
Jesus.
chaos.
Get a grip.
In her arms, she was a beauty, Janos, a masterpiece, perfect in every way. Until Mother Ghost found her.
What is this guy talking about?
When I emerged from that dreamy soup and discovered what she'd done. Placenta phase, corker smile, ribbon,
Man, oh man.
flesh. Ooh, the nails had done their work. But by then my seed was already sown. Your life already begun. Mother would have killed you first had I not stopped her. Saved you from her rage.
Jesus, okay.
Day and night I've worked, month after month, sculpting her loathsome clay to recapture the beauty.
Is he like talking about a woman that he kidnapped and had a child with, or am I like completely misreading the situation?
To make her right again, but nothing, please, Mother.
Like, what is going on here?
I did all I could fix her, to make her perfect. But by the time you came along, I couldn't even look upon that spoiled canvas of her face. I couldn't let that be the face that greeted you.
Jeez, oh, and then, oh my god.
I had to end it, Yellow. For you. For Mother. She left me no choice.
So, Jesus, okay, that was actually kind of crazy. Man, if I'm reading it right, he didn't let that woman or the child live, did he? That was, he took him off the map. He sent him back to the lobby, essentially. That's what happened, right? God damn. Yeah, that's a rough one. He tried to make him better. Tried to buy him a new skin in the item shop, but none would suffice, so we had to send him back to the lobby. Yeah, that's crazy. Alright, so next one, the Griddler. You know what? Gotta give credit to the pig tapes, though. We didn't know any of that information from him unless you've, like, read his origin or something. Those are the best ones. We get a little bit of, like, additional information that we didn't have before. Unlike, you know, the Penguin ones. Didn't really give us anything too new there, but that was interesting. Alright. Eddie, we just beat you to a bloody pulp for being a mechanic and nothing else. Let's see what you've got to say for yourself. Genius intellect, driven to test others by leaving clues to his crimes, compulsive need for attention and validation. Interesting. You know what would be a cool story? Maybe this is dumb. Wouldn't it be cool if, like, the Riddler and Batman had to team up in some way to outsmart, like, a super smart character and, like, lead them on a wild goose chase or something to defeat them? That would be kind of cool. It'd be cool seeing Batman and Edward being forced to work together in some way. They've done that in comics, obviously. I don't think I've ever read anything like that. They low-key do that in the War of Jokes and Riddles. Is that worth the read? Is that the name of, like, a comic or something? I'm gonna read that. Oh, I'm gonna put it on the list anyway. Hold on a second. The War of Jokes and Riddles. I'm not sure if I'm sad or happy about that. I guess I never have an original thought in my life. But that's cool. Turf war between Joker and Riddler? I could get down with that. That sounds pretty cool. Thanks for the recommendation there, Jack. I like the turf war stuff between villains in in Batman-related stuff. It works so well in the Arkham games because, you know, you need, like, an abundance of enemies. So you're gonna have all of these thugs. And the way that they don't just, like, have them there for gameplay's sake and actually work them into the story is kind of fun. Makes sense to center city and stuff around, like, a turf war, you know? Oh, that's interesting, Whiskey. I think our playlist ended. We've been going for an hour, Jesus. Let's pick up the pace a little bit, shall we? This is fun, though. I like going through all the extra lore we haven't gone through.
I thought it best we meet alone, Edward.
I know what you're doing, Crane. Talking to me away from Cobblepot and the others. You're appealing to my ego.
Is it working?
Ha! I don't have an ego, Crane. I'm far too brilliant. Especially for the likes of you.
Of course, Edward. But nonetheless,
He's such a... He's insufferable.
I could vanquish with but one of my cerebral lobes intact. Yet here you are, proposing an alliance that would let you bask in my luminescent glory.
But what if you failed, Edward? What if, by some underhand means, of course, the
Always underhanded.
humiliate you again?
Absurd.
I know, Edward, it's a frightening thought. How many failures can even your enviable reputation withstand? But if the bat were distracted and tugged in too many directions by too many threads, why, then you would be assured of the upper hand.
I don't know how to respond to your ridiculous insinuations, so all I will say is this. Tell me which day you plan to attack Gotham, and maybe, just maybe, if you're lucky,
Oh, this is cool.
I will coincidentally put my entirely separate and superior master plan into effect.
How
Nice.
kind, Edward. I will keep my fingers crossed.
That's cool. All right, I like that little extra reasoning as to why Edward would coincidentally do that. That's very good. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I can't help now, but this is just me pointing out another obscure character from something that I really liked. But whenever I hear Riddler in this game now, his like insufferable sense of superiority just reminds me so much of this character from The Long Walk. If you've read The Long Walk, I can't remember the character's name. It's the guy who walks at the back of the group. Somebody will remember. How do I not remember his name already? Stebbins. That's his name. There's this character called Stebbins, and he's like... he's so much like Edward, it's hurting my head. Anyway. Nobody cares about that. Sorry. Obscure reference again.
Who is this? Ah, Miss Kyle. You have the privilege of conversing with me, the Riddler, Gotham's premier supervillain and intellectual colossus.
Referential humor.
Really? Bye.
Wait. I'll get to the point. I find myself in need of your unique skill set, your street smart, as your intellectually challenged kind adorably calls them.
Jesus.
I'm going to adorably hang up on you, Eddie.
No, listen. I need something acquired, something valuable.
Sorry, Eddie. It's just that I have all these clients who aren't insecure little power-mad man-children.
Got him.
You may name your fee.
Yeah, that's it, Loki. That's exactly what I was thinking.
The most valuable commodity of all.
Scarecrow's planning something involving Batman.
I might be furnished with the absurd particulars of his ridiculous scheme.
I'll get you what you want, Eddie, if you tell me what I need to know.
Okay, interesting. Was Catwoman really ever planning on helping him to a great degree, though? I guess we'll find out. No, well, no, because he didn't really want help anyway, but the fact that she would fall into that trap is kind of strange.
Right, okay. Riddler bot memory formatted, adaptive AI algorithms uploaded, joints oiled.
The AI is literally taking the thugs' jobs already. I can't believe this. Oh, that's not a pause button, that's a restart button. Whoops.
Adaptive AI algorithms uploaded, joints oiled.
Yeah, that's how I'm kind of feeling, Epic.
Give my creation life! Ah, damn it! Useless hunk of dead metal. Do you want to become a semi-automated theme park mannequin? Because that's the fate in store for you.
Problem, Eddie?
Ah, Miss Kyle. You're here.
And you already have company. Almost, anyway. Did you lose your friend's batteries?
Why, yes. In a manner of speaking, anyway. I'm depleted.
And always compensating for it, too.
Oh, Catwoman.
She's just hitting him with the fucking zingers, dude.
To occur. Now.
Your wit never ceases to occur. We gotta use that one.
Stag Enterprises Nimbus Tech will work. I'm sure Wayne Enterprises has an equivalent.
Got it. It's been a pleasure as always, Eddie. Except for the talking to you part.
Wait!
Beautiful.
At least take a glimpse at what it is you're supposed to be stealing. There. In the robot's chest cavity. Go on.
Oh no.
It won't bite.
No, don't do it.
Eddie,
Was that the bite of 86? What the fuck is happening?
Batteries? Oh, Miss Kyle, you
I think that was the bite of 86.
Power supply innovations, and that was your downfall.
what is this, Eddie?
This is, you are, fate. You see, I've identified what I believe to be some sort of attachment between you and Batman. The base nature of this attachment, quite frankly,
God, this music goes so well with this scene.
It will bring him here.
You'll regret this.
The world's greatest detective does not frighten me.
He's not the reason you'll regret it.
Interesting. You know what's really, like, great? I could have done with 6 of the audio tapes from the Riddler. His vocal performance for this game is so good. Who is the voice actor for him? It's so fun to listen to. Like, his performance is so good. Wally Wingate? Man, what else has he been in? Quite a few different things. Oh man, he was in The Ant Bully. This guy is awesome. Yeah, he is like the definitive Riddler voice for me. It's awesome. It's so good. I think I read somewhere that he's the what is he one of the only Arkham villain voice actors to be in all Arkham games? Is that something? I feel like I read or saw that somewhere recently. Him and Jack Ryder? Yeah, that's awesome. He does such a great job. Never get tired of hearing his performance. Dude's super talented. Let me just grab my phone real quick. Because when I want to make a quick search, probably prefer not to alt-tab out of this game too much. It might crash it. Alright. Okay. Let's keep it moving. Actually, before we continue, I'm just going to grab a drink of water, because we're going to have some... Oh, ads. Perfect timing. Alright, I'll be back in a second. We're going to be talking quite a bit in a second. Alright. Be right back. Alright, let's go. Actually, I'm gonna open my door. Hold on. It's getting hot in here. I can't wait for winter, man. It's gonna be so good. It's too hot in this country still. Okay. Epic. Hold on a second. Sorry, a little bit disorganized still. I'm so glad to have TGB, like, you know, completed. It's out there. Can sort of get a little bit back on track. Not that I don't like working on it, but it's full on, you know? You're like, you have really thin hair? Why do you say that? What, do I sound like a guy with really thin hair? That is such a strange assessment. Sorry, hang on one sec. Give me a moment. Alright. Getting back into it now. Sorry. Alright. Are we on tape number 3, or did we listen to all 3?
Right, okay. Riddler
No, we already listened to that. Alright, the bite of 87 has taken place. Am I the Joker from the Gotham TV show? How is... I think we spoke about Gotham a while ago. How is the Joker in Gotham? It's kind of an interesting, like, circumvention of using Joker exactly, but... See you later, little bat. Thanks for being here, dude. You hated Gotham? Never really appealed to me visually. At a glance, it wasn't something I was super into. Becomes a Redditor lookalike. Yeah, he's a technicality Joker. I don't think they ever call him the Joker. The hit TV series Gotham Knights. Alright, let's move on before we even go there. I did not know Scarecrow was 6 foot. Good for him. That's good. That's good. It may, like, being 6 foot, a little bit of a compensation for the facial situation that's taking place currently. Cool. Good on him. Expert chemist. If he ever contracts a certain disease, lung cancer perhaps, there's an avenue for him.
You should invest in better guards, Craig. And you should invest in some manners. Who are you? Another pretender to the cow. Call me the Arkham Knight.
So goofy.
Another child of the asylum set free. Tell me, what tortured soul cowers behind that mask?
See you later, Bat.
Who I am, I'm here because we want the same thing. Batman said. You made short work of my guard, but Batman is a very different proposition. One for which I am fully retainer. Those guards I killed, I can replace them with an army. An army trained in his methods.
So this is them setting up the whole thing, basically.
What would you know about Batman, his fear? Very well. You have my attention, Arkham Knight.
Okay. Okay, but what did Scarecrow really do with Bruce's fears beyond what he already would have done, though? Like, I think the fact that Bruce wears a mask is enough to tell him that Batman doesn't want to be unmasked, so it can't be that. When you really think about it, like... Yeah, tearing down his image, I guess... It is a bit of a half-baked plan. I hadn't really thought about it too much while it was all going on, but... Yeah, Barbara was huge. Yeah, that is true. But Scarecrow is a character a lot of the time where I think... What? Like, you know how each villain has, like, a different motivation? Like, Edward sees Bruce as, like, one of the most intelligent people. Like, he won't admit that, but he sees him as being this, like, highly intelligent figure that he feels like he needs to outdo, right? And so he's sort of fueled by his want to, you know, supersede him and prove that he's more intelligent. You've got Two-Face's whole connection to, like, the justice system, all of that. What is Scarecrow's really... what is his thing in this game? Like, what... yeah, he gets off to people being scared, I guess? If you remove Joker from the story, his plan kind of sucks. His Scarecrow's element in this game definitely would have been weaker without the Joker sort of, like, running parallel, you know? His main goal was to get rid of the legend of Batman, similar to the Batman 2022 movie. That symbol is a warning to criminals, and he wants to get rid of that. I understand that, but I almost wonder, take Batman out of the picture, and what does Scarecrow actually want? You know what I mean? I know taking Batman out of the picture is like it's a kind of a nonsensical thing to consider in a Batman story, but also considering so many villains are kind of born of Batman's existence, born out of his existence, but I don't know. He's a little less, like, interesting in that way. He just wants to see people scared, I guess. You're right. It could be revenge for the Arkham Asylum incident. Yeah. It's definitely not bad. I just think, like, I'm probably missing a lot of through lines and stuff like that. Even just Scarecrow in general as a character outside of the Arkham stuff. Like, I can't really think of a lot of stories where, besides the like, why would he, what's his obsession with making people, terrified of their own fears, I guess. Maybe, like, he has, yeah, exploit his victims' fears and phobias. Kink? That's what it seems like. He is underused as a character. I feel like he's a little bit of, he's a very popular character that hasn't been, like, fully explored, it feels like. No, I know you're kidding me, Milk. Scarecrow thinks that fear is important in life. He probably thinks he's helping people in some sick way. That's kind of that's a good way of thinking of it. That's actually, yeah, no, you know what? That actually kind of is explored throughout different appearances from him in some way. It almost feels like it's, you know, shock and exposure therapy that he's, like, giving out to people unwillingly, you know what I mean? A YouTuber named Pastra did a few half-decent videos. I'm going to write that down. You guys give good recommendations. Let me pull out my old man recommendations book and write it in. Right next to A War of Jokes and Riddles. There we are. Cool, thanks guys. I love the Arkham takes on the characters. I really do. The designs, the different situations they find themselves in, it's fun. Self-proclaimed master of fear, Dr. Jonathan Crane is an obsessive and deranged former psychiatrist who uses a combination of experimental drugs and psychological tactics to exploit his victims' fears and phobias. Prolonged exposure... Oh, he's unable to experience the fear he so desperately craves. The only person who can still elicit terror from Scarecrow is Batman. Why didn't I fucking read this first? I just went on like an idiot. That adds a little bit more to him, for sure. In this situation. Like, there would be that additional fascination with the sort of, like, myth of the Batman, you know? A lot less scary when you realize that there is just a man behind the mask. That is cool, actually. I don't know why I didn't consider that a bit more... a bit closer. You may be illiterate? That's so sad, man. Oh, we already did that one.
$3 billion is a significant investment.
Jesus.
People are willing to pay. And what exactly would we be getting for our
Drones, unmanned drones.
drones?
This is a plot hole I can't get over.
Think you could just bring tanks into Gotham? We hold a city ransom. We create panic. Then chaos. A distraction. As they run scared, we emerge. Take over his habitat. Every rooftop.
We're not doing fridge today, Blue Brick.
Out of the shadows and chip away until he has nowhere left to hide.
You haven't missed it.
And no one left to hide behind.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the drones thing is funny. The drone thing is funny. Just, you know, like a bit of a plot convenience that in their bid to make Batman, you know, like, cross that line. They didn't just chuck a bunch of people in the armored tanks and helicopters and whatever else.
If you want him dead, why come to me? You seem capable. He needs to suffer. I suffered, so he will too. No, it's personal.
That's what I'm saying, Epic.
Well, there are many in this city with a gift for causing harm. Not that kind of pain.
Like, you know how he and it's just, you know what? It would have been fine.
You want
Wait, I'll talk after this.
I've seen what your toxin does. I want that. You're well informed about all of us Arkham Knights, but you're wrong about something. I don't want Batman dead. I want him unpaid. He's better off dead. Kill him and you martyr him. You make him a legend. But break him, humiliate him.
This is a good extension of what we were just talking about then.
Then he's nothing but a man. Look, you can do what you want, Crane, but when you're done, I will kill him. Very well, but know this. It will be an act of mercy when you do.
Hell yeah. Dude, Scarecrow's voice performance is really, really good in this game as well. Really well done. But yeah, no, it would have been... The whole not putting people in tanks thing would have been a little bit more like... I wouldn't have thought about it so much if they didn't have that little brief part in the game where they start experimenting with the explosive vest so that Bruce can't just, like, knock people out. He'll have to actually avoid tussling with anybody. It's like, why put that in there? It just opens the wound up so much larger of, like, why are there not people in the tanks? You know, why are there not people in the helicopters? It doesn't make me dislike the story or anything. I know that it's a little bit of, like, it's kind of there for gameplay's sake as well, but it would have been cool if they had a reason for it. Like, somebody said the other day that it would have taken too long to train people to drive them or something, and that's kind of a little bit weak, but it's something, you know? It's something. Who would you have preferred the knight to be? I heard someone mention Damien as a possibility. I like the Jason angle. I just think maybe if they hadn't have made it so focused on the mystery of who it was and more on the focus of the mystery as to why he was doing it, it would have been a little bit cooler, you know? And it would have gone down a little easier for people, I think. Like, it's already cool, the idea of Jason Todd wanting to kill Batman. That's, like, kind of strange on its own. I want to know why he would want to do that. The fact that it is Jason Todd is the significantly less interesting part of the equation there. You know what I mean? If the Arkham Knight was Hush, I actually would have dived out of a high window. Hush being the reveal in that way would have killed me. Like, I hate when like Hush is just like pushed into mystery character positions, you know? It would have been really cool if they did a flashback with Jason and Bruce. Yeah, that would have been cool. Like, I'm imagining a Last of Us 2 type of deal, going back and having that moment with Joel and Ellie. But yeah, I'm fine with Jason being the Arkham Knight. It's just the game and the story focuses so much on, like, the mystery of who it is, and that's the less interesting part. We only get such a brief little moment of the why, and the why is so much more interesting. Like, it's so haunting, the idea that he wasn't dead. He was locked in an asylum that we have walked through and played an entire game in, and all the while he's experiencing just, like, the worst of the worst. It's, you know, it just would have been... I wish it focused on that angle a little bit more rather than who it is, you know? And then, yeah, there's this slight embarrassment of Rocksteady trying to cover up their very obvious twist, and I feel bad for them in that way, because that would have really sucked. You've already made the entire game. I think they underestimated how many people knew of the Jason Todd story. Like, it's so Jason Todd to wear, like, a Batman mask in his crew, like a Batman-styled mask to go and kill Batman, you know what I mean? Like, that's just... It's the perfect amount of edgy and kind of silly on his little crusade there. So glad there's no more Arkham games after this one. Yeah, that's it, Blue Brick. Jason's the most dramatic of the Robins. What do they expect us to think? That's what I'm saying. He's such a, like, he's a bit of a diva, you know? Maybe not a diva, but, you know, he's very emotional. So much potential, but sort of missed the mark a little bit. I feel that way about the story a tiny bit. I don't think it's a bad story by any means, but certain things could have got tackled a little differently. Sorry, I'm yapping for a long time. I'll move on. That was the last one, yeah.
Why come to me?
Yeah, okay. Alright, Big Simon. We are doing the stories today, though. Don't worry, I'm not gonna slack on that.
Damn it! Sorry. Dropped it. Jittery hands. I keep thinking someone's gonna barge through the door at any moment. The scotch probably didn't help. Oh, sorry. I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I? My name is Alex Sartorius. Dr. Alex Sartorius. And this?
I don't know,
well, I suppose...
Plant? Sorry if I mispronounced that.
20 years ago,
I think, like, Damien's a little bit more petulant. And, Jason's a little bit more, you know, hot-headed. Dramatic in different ways, you know?
I was the scientist. Dag Enterprises was a fine name by me. And we did fine work, too. I don't want you to remember that. Whatever comes out, the cure for the Tugela virus, that was us. The treatment for Collier syndrome, that was us, too. No, not us. That was me. I never cared about the financials, of course. I never needed to. Don't you worry, Alex. Simon used to say, and I believed him right up to the day he told me there was a big, gaping hole where next year's budget was supposed to be. I wonder, now, of course, if he was lying. I mean, can you blame me? If you just come out and asked me, I'd probably have said no. I'm no bleeding heart, but if there'd been no need... Oh, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? These anti-anxiety meds, they rattle your brain. What I'm trying to say is that day, the day we ran out of money, that's when the weapons contract began.
Oh, this is kind of interesting. Nice to have a little bit more context behind Stag and stuff. It's more like Pooant. Hell yeah, dude, I can rock with that. Alright, sick. This is going somewhere. I like this.
Hello?
Boo, bankruptcy, L? Stag L?
I've discovered a pharmaceutical cure for paranoia, you see.
Ah, it's called Xanax. He's onto it. Yep. Just what the doctor ordered.
Where was it? Oh, yes! Chemical weapons. Biological weapons. Oh, wonderful things. We went into business to save people, but it turns out that killing them pays better.
Stag, more like sag? This is pretty sag.
Grasping parasites and bastards! There are many buyers for this stuff, you see. Not legal buyers, anyway. So, you have to be competitive, but how can you do research quickly when human testing is illegal? Not to mention life-threatening, dangerous, unethical, unfathomably risky. Well, it's obvious. You do human testing.
Yes!
Anyway.
Unethical human trials. I love this. It's so good.
No one would miss them.
Yeah, that's great. That's how you get ahead as a company. You just break the law and hope you make enough money in the process that you can pay for all the fines. It's good. Yeah, the VA is awesome. This game is full of, like, unbelievably good voice performances.
You think I want forgiveness? You think this is some desperate mea culpa? I was raised Catholic, but I chose science over faith.
Daredevil
Not
reference?
about me, this pathetic, drunken confession. I struck my bargain, let him threaten me into silence while I worked on my vaccine, my cure. So don't judge me, whoever you are. Whichever junior reporter at the Gotham Herald was lucky enough to press the play button on this device. No! This isn't about me. This is about you.
He's bringing down Stag.
It's gotten worse. We're a pharmaceutical company in name alone these days. It's all weapons. Some to the army, even more to the people the army's fighting. And now Scarecrow's here? I know what they're doing. They're taking my technology, my mass inoculation device, and they're
Oh,
turning it into
right.
something twisted, something wrong.
Is this kind of the birth of, like, the cloud burst he's talking about there?
I won't turn a blind eye anymore. This confession will be my epitaph.
If you were listening to this.
Dr. Sartorius, Mr. Stagg would like a word.
Oh, you're dead, dude. Shit. Interesting. So, did we come across him in the Stag airships at all? His name sounded kind of familiar. Did he have like a cell or something? You know when we were walking past all those like chambers? No, don't think so. He was the monkey. He's got a large brain. Could have been one of the crazies in the cells, yeah. Could be. That was interesting. I wasn't expecting the Stag ones to be so good. Is that all that there is? I'm kind of sad. They were really good. That's it. Shit, I thought there was going to be way more. Maybe he was the albino monkey? Maybe. He's an intelligent fella. Alright, story time. Let's go. Hold on. Alright, it's time for some serious business. I didn't think we would be here for 2 hours. I hope this is somewhat enjoyable to somebody. I'm having a great time. Alright. Yeah, we did penguins. Can we get Portal 2 radio music for the stories? Who's that blonde character? Alright. So, let's see here. Portal 2. Do you guys want that? What is... Portal 2 radio sounds like... I've never played Portal, but I don't know. That sounds like it could be cool. It won't fit? Let me see what it is. I've never played it. Let me see. Jesus Christ, what even made you suggest this? Hell yeah, let's go. This is sick. Oh yeah. Yeah, this bangs. Let's go. Bobbing my head right now. The faithful servant. Wait, who? Let's do like a specialty one for this. Nah, we should go in order. Shout out Ratman. This makes me want to hit the Grundy, dude. You know what else makes me want to hit the Grundy? I don't know if you guys have ever heard this, it's, a little bit of a underrated song. This one goes. This one goes. Absolutely. 100%. I'm feeling it.
Why so serious?
Yep. All right. You know what we need? We need the Nightcore version.
Why so serious?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, this is the stuff. Why is he so serious, though? I ask myself this a lot. I don't get it. And is there a lore reason why he's so serious?
Why so serious?
Oh my god. Yeah, there he goes. Hang on, I'm waiting for the good part.
So serious. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you guys want
I enjoyed that a lot.
like how I develop a routine, just let me know.
And I would love to see your process on how you built that routine. Literally would make my day. Alright. Anyway. Back to the real music. I'm very appreciative of your TGB today and all but sincerely shut the fuck up. Thought that was going to be a nice message. I'm so sad. Thanks for playing the radio music briefly. Healed a part of my soul. Isn't Portal a puzzle game, primarily? Imagine if I played Portal for the first time on stream. I think somebody would take themselves out just watching it. I honestly think you should try Phallus's link. I'll do you a deal. Instead of clicking a link, Why don't you tell me what the video is called and I'll see what it's like. We would all unsubscribe. Yeah, it wouldn't take long. I'd be streaming to me and Raven. That's about it. Portal 2 goated. No Kizzy, no cap. 420 blaze it up. Why do we fall? Oh my god. We got an Alfred moment in here. Let's try it out. Why do we fall? 10 hours. Batman moment. Ooh, this looks cool. Ooh. Is there any... How is none of this copyrighted? Maybe it is. This would have to be Dark Knight music, right? Like from the soundtrack? Probably. Could be. It's nice. It's good. Might stick with this one. Just in case. This one seems to be just Arkham Asylum ambience plus some of the soundtrack. That did sound nice, though. I try not to do... Like, I'm so surprised none of that stream where we were playing a bunch of different epic rap battles, fucking Joker versus Pennywise bullshit. I don't think any of that got flagged, which is just wild. Oh, God. Alright. Let's go. We got a lot of stories to get through here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, yeah, so we got 40 stories. This is gonna be kind of crazy. Oh, hang on. I gotta take this call. Sorry. You guys have got ads anyway. I'll be right back. The WB executives have finally caught up to me. But they let me off because I had positive things to say about Arkham Origins. So we live to fight another day. I accidentally said blid to my waiter. That can't be real. That can't be real. There's no way you did that. They're gonna kill you and make it a tax write-off. It does sound like WB. What were you like? Any update on that cheesy bread? Can I get an update on that cheesy bread, please? Don't mind me, I'm just ill. Alright. Let's go. What are we starting with? We're starting with Faithful Servant. Let me start this playlist again. Alright, here we go. Breakfast at Wayne Manor was served at 6 p.m. and traditionally consisted of an egg white omelette, a pot of black coffee, and a pair of mild painkillers served on a small silver dish to the side of the tray. Were they dosing Master Bruce up? Lately, Master Bruce had taken to leaving the omelette. Today was no exception, Alfred noted, stepping out of his employer's bedroom, tray in hand. This was unlike Bruce Wayne, who would force down bloody slabs of meat when sick rather than risk the loss of muscle mass. Oh, he is bulking. Bruce Wayne is doing a bulk. I can respect that. Gotta hit that 3 to 3,500 calories. Bruce is probably on... We discussed this. Probably between 4 to 6,000 calories, the absolute bloke. Anyway, I don't know how he takes down all these criminals with the bloating. If you've ever tried to put on weight before... Man, the bloating is crazy. Alright. But Master Bruce hadn't been himself since the Joker died. Alfred expected some change, naturally, but he had hoped his master might relax. Yeah, okay. Sounds a lot like Bruce to relax in any situation. He could be on a sunny beach with a cocktail in hand and not a care in the world, and he'd still be stressing about something. Instead, Bruce had attacked Gotham's criminal population with renewed intensity. When Alfred questioned him, Bruce had explained the necessity of striking while the power vacuum remained. Alright, this is interesting. Eminently sensible, yet Bruce's urgency seemed like that of a man running out of time. Alfred found Bruce in the Batcave, of course, already suited, sending revised specifications to Lucius for the new Batmobile. Oh, so this is just before. This is just after City, right? Sir, Alfred ventured, given that we have no pressing leads this evening and sundown is not for another 45 minutes, I thought I might tempt you with what remains of your breakfast. Alfred, you make a good cuppa, but I just think he doesn't like your omelets. That might be it. 42 minutes. Bruce kept his eyes on the back computer screen. Alfred paused for a moment, wondering what possibly could have driven the man he raised to keep secrets from him for the first time in 30 years. Very good, sir, Alfred said, before leaving the room. Alfred gets neglected, man. He really does. He's just looking out for Bruce's best interests. And whenever something's really going on with him, he always gets pushed to the side. He does deserve better. Alfred needs a better master, you know? Alright. Wonder Tower. This one's gonna be interesting because Wonder Tower gets blown to shit. So I wonder, when is this gonna take place? Hugo Strange followed Ra's al Ghul out onto Wonder Tower's viewing platform. Arkham City gleamed beneath them, a peaceful patchwork of neon and steel. How is our mayor? Ra's inquired, tightly gripping the railing to steady himself. Playing his part, Strange observed. That's sharp, right? So this must be in preparation of everything that was going to go down with City, right? People seem quite convinced. It will be morally repugnant to a few, but even they cannot deny the impulse.
Bruce.
Smithers, thanks, dude. Yeah, Alfred is a goat, for sure.
Alfred is the goat. Top one Arkham moments is when he tells Bruce off in Origins.
Yeah, that might be the best scene in Origins, actually. Thanks a lot for the prime, dude. Thanks for the generosity, man. Ra's closed his eyes to wipe the slate clean. Oh, some cannot deny the impulse to wipe the slate clean, okay. Strange had noticed the subtle glitches in his master's behavior. The professor had conducted enough experiments to recognize the symptoms of mental trauma, as well when a patient was trying to mask its effects. I wish you would allow me access to the source of your power, Strange said benignly. I could help. It is here, isn't it? In the base of this tower? We didn't get to see much of the interaction between Strange and Ra's, so this is kind of cool. Ra's laughed and suddenly Strange couldn't breathe. You think you see weakness? Ra's squeezed. Strange felt his throat tightening, life ebbing away. How wrong you are. He's huge. He's massive. For an old man, crazy display from the old man is all I'm gonna say. Ra's released him, and Strange dropped to his knees, sucking in air. Thank God it was only air, Jesus. Ra's walked back to his place overlooking the city. We will rid the Gotham of its vermin. Nothing can stop us. Strange massaged his neck. Whose neck? His or Ra's? This is getting very, very sensual. Knees, sucking in, massages, necks. What's happening here? Get me an NSFW tag or something. What's happening? You think you will stand by idly while we murder thousands? Batman won't, Ra's replied. But Bruce Wayne won't have any choice. Yeah, that's awesome. That goes hard as hell. Love that extra little bit of context behind the sort of prelude to City. That's awesome. 8th in bold is huge considering we're just reading and listening. Thanks, guys. Alright, let's go. Guardian Angel. That was a really good one. That Wonder Tower one's my favorite one so far. I like that one more than the Sharp one as well. To find Batman, find the injustice. Please, God, don't hurt me. Oh, wait. Is that like, please, God, don't hurt me? Or is that, please, God, don't hurt me? The man in the suit backed away, tossing his wallet onto the ground. His attackers closed in. One of them scooped up the wallet and fingered the... What's happening in these... Hey, whoa. Jesus. Fingered the notes inside. God damn. Jackpot. The other cracked his knuckles and threw a punch. Have you ever cracked... You ever cracked your knuckles before throwing a punch? That's such like a 80s movie bully thing to do. The other cracked his knuckles and threw a punch, dropping the suit to his knees, holding his broken face. Money won't save you, but he can. The ripple of taut fabric as a shadowy cape swooped down. He'll go for the sweep. The thug was busy counting when Batman took his legs. The wallet spun into the air as the sound of his skull cracking pinballed around the alleyway. The other thug turned and charged. His style has changed, less elaborate. Batman threw his arm into the swinging hook, popping the shoulder joint. Oh, that's definitely like a press triangle to counter moment. Strike the vulnerable areas, end it fast. His fist slammed the thug's tattooed solar plexus, stopping his body like a bolt of electricity. The longer the fight, the more it hurts him. So that's Bruce's thoughts, right? Batman stood over the unconscious men, head tilted back, eyes shut, breathing hard. Well, thank God they're breathing. How can he leave them? They don't deserve to live. Wait, maybe that isn't. Oh, here we go. It's Azrael. Right. Azrael looked down from the rooftop. He'd studied Batman for long enough. He knew what Gotham needed. Divine justice. Ah, okay, that's cool. So, rereading that with all of this, with the context that that's Azrael is way cooler. It didn't make much sense that it was coming from Bruce. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Azrael watched too many little Dark Age edits? Yeah, it seems like it. Alright, so we read Homecoming. Homecoming is really good. I don't think we need to reread it. Homecoming was awesome. We haven't read The Trap. John cease speaking immediately. Yeah, Azrael's an awesome character. Have we read The Trap? No, we... Oh, we did read this. Ah, yes, we did. What actually was this again? So, the hostage was crying, curled, fetal with his back to her from the corner of the room. He was laughing. Oh, it was Joker. Okay. Of course it was. Laying on his side in a paint me like one of your French girls pose. Alright, that's cool. Yeah, right. That must have been like one of her first run-ins with him then. Oh, that's the premise of the Batgirl DLC? That's awesome. Cool. I like that one. We read that. Resolutions. Is this a Zaz moment? January 1st. Happy New Year, diary. This is a Diary of a Wimpy Kid moment. I feel melancholy. The old dates hold no magic anymore. My New Year's resolution is to find new occasions to celebrate. January 21st. I feel reborn. Today I celebrated National Hugging Day for the first time. Interesting. I went to Elliott Memorial Hospital, shout out Hush, covered myself in infected blood, and visited the children's ward. That's epic. Really nice way to spend January 21st, I will agree. February 2nd. Happy Groundhog Day. My new house guest and I are going to watch the stream for... Oh my god, the stream? Is this not the stream? Didn't know Zaz was a fan? I know some of us are slightly mentally ill, but he definitely takes the cake. That's epic. That must have been why he didn't really appear in Arkham Knight at all. He's just kind of he's become addicted to watching Twitch streamers. It's fine. We're gonna watch the stream from... I can't pronounce that together. If the rodent predicts an early spring, I'll let my new friend go. But if the groundhog retreats to his burrow, I'll bury my guest alive. I'm guessing the rodent is Batman. June 5th, World Environment Day. A worthy, important cause. I passed this message onto a class of school children by forcing them to drink Ace Chemicals runoff, aka soda cola. They won't pollute now. This is deranged. What? Look, World Environment Day, very important. Very, very... a cause that's close to my heart. Jesus Christ. They won't pollute if they're dead. September 19th. Dear Diary, happy International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Today I cut off a man's leg and nailed a wooden peg in its place. He couldn't walk the plank. Very disappointing. Checked on my scurvy victim, but she wasn't ready. Next year. That is such a wild paragraph. Happy World Peace Day. I left bombs at the Iraqi embassy. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, this, yeah, I don't know why I thought Zaz, sorry. That was, tripped over myself. Definitely calendar bloke. Yeah, that's epic. October 29th. Halloween tempts me. I promised Batman I would be present at his end, and All Hallows Eve is the perfect time to bid farewell to him. I will make this one exception in my year of alternative celebrations. October 31st. Damn Scarecrow. Dude, Calendar Man needs to get on stage with about, I don't know, an hour of good material. He'd be far and away the funniest Arkham villain for sure. That's great. That's awesome. Poison Chalice, eh? Cash lifted the framed photo out of the box and placed it on the desk. That, by the way, it's all downhill from here. Calendar Man, that what was that line? Happy World Peace Day. I left bombs at the Iraqi embassy. We're not ever... It's all downhill from here. We will not exceed that. It's the best sentence in the Arkham series. Cash lifted the framed photo out of the box and placed it on the desk. He still remembered the day he pinned it to the inside of his locker during his first shift at the asylum. It had been with him ever since. Nice looking family you got there, sir. Jesus. How about mind your business, brother? The sergeant remarked, busily clearing out the previous owner's possessions from a drawer. Cash was close to telling him it was a lucky charm, but he knew the reaction he'd get. The kid didn't know how crazy things could get. He'd soon end up as superstitious as all the rest. Besides, something was telling Cash luck might not be worth a damn around here. He would be the 5th station supervisor in as many months. The others were all gone. Assassinated. Cash knew he was putting himself in the crosshairs, tempting fate. But the commissioner had asked, and he couldn't refuse a friend. The sergeant finished packing the dead man's things just as Gordon arrived. Aaron, Jim said, offering his hand. Didn't think I'd see you tonight, Cash replied, shaking the commissioner's hand. Gordon always comes down for this part. It was the introduction. Both men stepped out of the elevator onto the roof. The bat signal illuminated the night sky. I had not long read The Man Who Laughs for the first time, story about Batman's first interaction with the Joker. Is it at the end of the Batman who, the Man Who Laughs? Is that the one... I think at the end of that story they install the bat signal for the first time, or is that at the end of Batman Year 1? I can't remember. I've got like those panels stuck in my head though, they're really great parts. Might be at the end of Batman Year 1, actually. No, it's definitely at the end of The Man Who Laughs. Yep. Anyway. Both men stepped out of the elevator and onto the roof. The bat signal illuminated the night sky. You know, Cash said, we have met already. I know, Gordon said, but it's tradition. Just another word for superstition, Cash thought. Cash lifted the frame... wait. What, is that it? That was a nice little thing, I guess. Imagine I just started reading that on a loop over and over for the next 2 hours. Man who jonkles? Yeah, something like that. Alright, let's keep it moving. Want to find a weak link in a security system? Look for the man with a gun. Stop speaking ambient music. You're meant to be ambient and less present. Want to find a weak link in a security system? Look for the man with a gun. Especially when they're new in town. Poor guy didn't even know the first rule of Gotham, Selena mused. The mantra thugs from Bleak to the Bowery drilled into new recruits. Always look up. It's about time they learned. Like, walking under gargoyles without inspecting them first, bad business. Well, he'd know it now. Selena dragged his unconscious body behind a dumpster and slipped through a vent into Arkham Asylum's administrative building. She was... Joker, I swear to God, do not interrupt me. Do not interrupt me. She was late. The meeting had started. Ended, maybe. Scarecrow's voice, sonorous yet raspy, carried along the vent like a snake slithering through dry grass. Say that 5 times fast, I dare ya. Another voice replied, young, angry, and disguised. Footsteps, then silence. Worthless. Selena needed more. Names, details, a damn date. Batman was more inclined to ignore the occasional heist when she had information he needed. And besides, it was fun having something to wield over him, seeing the pained, pleading expression on Gotham's apex predator's face when they were alone, and she had the upper hand. Meeting? Vent? Damn, Arkham series is a prequel to Among Us? Can we get a Built by Gamers episode on this, please? She peeked through the vent, Scarecrow's office. No guards by the door. Good. Selena dropped down, twisting her body to land on all fours. And then, an arc of electricity lashed out from the ceiling. Selena dodged it, all reflexes, and saw her attacker floating above the vent. Since when did Scarecrow have security drones? Damn it, Selena, she thought, plotting her exit over the sound of the alarm. Always look up. Yeah, that's a cool little one. I like that. Not too much additional information, but a nice little Catwoman moment. Not bad, not bad. Cargo, eh? Alright. Man, I'm gonna lose my voice after this. Alright. Cargo? Cargo where? Nightfall. I hope you're okay. Alright. Favorite woman design? I honestly think the Catwoman from the Arkham series in general is a super well done design. I love the red goggles. I don't think that was a thing before the Arkham games, right? Yeah, the red goggles are awesome. The dozing soldiers snapped awake, gripped their semi-automatic rifles, and flicked the safeties off. They weren't sure what it was that had them spooked. Turbulence, perhaps. The unit commander nodded towards the container, trigger finger poised. Jesus, excuse me. Oh my god. That was too much water at once. The metal box was taking up most of the airship's cargo hold. It must have weighed several tons, and that wasn't including what was trapped inside. The thing these men had spent several weeks tracking through marshland on the outskirts of Gotham. It's gotta be Croc, right? Gotta be. Wait, actually, now that I'm looking at it, the picture on the right side here, this kind of looks like the inside of the lighthouse, right? Well, I guess we'll see. Not everyone who started the mission had made it. Their ravaged bodies left behind unceremoniously. This mission didn't exist, and now neither did they. A plainclothes agent was reading the file, holding a handkerchief to his face to try and stem the smell of rotting fish emanating from the container. He only had words, photographs, patient history. He wouldn't get to see the creature for real. A relief. The agent looked up and spotted the panicked faces. These soldiers were tired and burnt out. Last thing he needed was any accidents. Easy, boys, he yelled over the engine roar, slapping the metal prison. He ain't waking up for another month. Within the container, the tranquilizer had all but worn off. The opaque membrane withdrew across the eye. The vertical slit-shaped pupils dilated. Croc was awake and wanted off this airship. That is what a terrifying position to be in, dude. What a terrifying position to be in. That is scary. Only thing scarier than being in the water with Killer Croc is being on a fucking plane with him. Or, you know, a flying vehicle. Yeah, that kind of was a setup for the DLC. You're right. Yeah, that was cool. I like that one. That's well written. I like that. Alright, the Deacon's mission, helping Gotham's homeless for over a century. Let's have a look. I feel like we know everything there is to know about Deacon in terms of the Arkham games here, so maybe, hopefully there's some additional stuff. There's a theory that Croc killed Anarchy, really? How does that go? What's the Built by Gamers theory on that? The Meekins edition? What's the, yeah, Anarchy fell off anyway, so who really cares, but... It's because there's an Anarchy symbol near the lighthouse? He ate Anarchy, that's the theory? Plague? I hope he didn't kill the Anarchy. That would be so sad. Clark stood on the lidded side. I wonder, actually, speaking of Clark, I know this isn't Clark, but I wonder if any of these stories contain any reference to the Justice League. Probably not. And I'm kind of, as I said, I like contained Batman stories where they aren't mentioned, but could be interesting. I'd be surprised if there wasn't at least one. Clark stood on the littered sidewalk looking up at the sign. Until now, this place had been a rumor, whispered in the dark. The Deacon's mission. By the sounds of it... Car alarm going off outside? This is Gotham City, after all. By the sounds of it, you had to take your bread with a little preaching. They could try, Clark thought. He wasn't that hungry. Inside, a couple dozen men had their heads down, folding up tables and unstacking towers of chairs into rows. Clark spotted a large stainless steel pot, its lid ajar, the slit puffing steam. He made straight for it, his mouth hung open expectantly as he grabbed the lid. Oh, he hungry. My boy hungry. They wanted to clear that away. A hand fell on his shoulder and squeezed. But he told me you'd come. The voice had that benevolence only a servant of God could muster. Clark turned around. The Deacon's graying hair and lined face betrayed a searing vitality. I'd like something to eat, please, sir. May I have some more, please? Clark heard himself, the last and only person he addressed that way, being his father. The Deacon released his grip and proceeded to ladle hot soup into a bowl. Thought I was about to say ladle hot soup into his face or something. The Lord needs us strong, he proclaimed, passing it to Clark along with a spoon. The warm liquid snaked down his throat. Come on, dude, what are we doing here? What are we actually doing here? You can't word something like that. Hey, that soup, man. The Deacon's soup. Man, the Deacon's warm soup snaked down his throat and coiled within his belly. It felt good. Better than expected. Jesus, who wrote these? Can we get an author's note at the bottom explaining themselves, please? Clark went for another spoonful. Maybe he was that hungry after all. That was fucking awful. That was terrifying. Jesus, that really hit a turn, didn't it? Hey, it's all about the plot twists. And here I was thinking we knew everything there was to know about Deacon Blackfire. Apparently not. Rocksteady, more like Bricksteady? It would be steady with the bricks, though. Alright. A close shot with Deadshot by Jack Ryder. So this is probably like a Jack Ryder, you know, blog post, news report, maybe, is it? Maybe not? I don't know, let's see. Are you ready, Jack? Batman asked, looking straight at me, one eye filled with admiration, the other with respect. Yeah, this is definitely a perspective that Jack has. Interesting. I'm ready, Batman, I replied bravely. This guy literally has his head so far up his own ass, it's not even funny. Then let's do this, Jack. Together, Batman said. Asked, really? What? Okay, brother. The Dark Knight stood up from behind our cover, then, as we prepared to take on the deadly assassin... Wait. The Dark Knight stood up from behind our cover then, as we prepared to take on the deadly assassin Deadshot together. Was I afraid? Dear reader, I was terrified. But I couldn't let it show. Batman needed me. Jesus. Then I saw it. The laser sight playing like a lover's tongue across his nipple. Who is writing these stories? What is that there for? Like, never in my life, reading an action scene, would I ever expect a laser sight from a fucking machine gun, sniper rifle, whatever, to be described as a lover's tongue playing against the nipple of the victim. What is happening here? Jack Ryder out here, Jack writing fan fictions. Then I saw it, the laser sight playing like a lover's tongue across his nipple. That's just... Anyway. Batman, no! I shouted dramatically. I'm surprised it's not saying like, Batman, no, I moaned dramatically or something like that. Like, it's one step away from that. 1 degree of separation. I dived forward then, knocking the caped crusader to the ground as the bullet whizzed past my ear. I'm surprised it doesn't say as the bullet whispered sweet nothings into my ear or something like that. Batman was back on his feet in an instant, however. He grabbed me and shoved me up against the wall and said, Jack, me and you, we're inseparable. Our love cannot be broken by even the strongest forces on this planet. Batman was back to his feet in an instant, however. He grabbed me and pulled us both into cover behind a chimney chute in the bombed ruin of Arkham City, where we fell in love and, did stuff. What now, Jack? Batman asked, his voice cracking slightly under the strain. I thought for a moment. You need to hide behind cover whenever he's looking in our direction, Batman, I explained patiently, and then try to reach the vent under the helipad. So we literally played this out. One of the worst boss fights in Arkham City, by the way. Batman looked at the distance between him and the sharpshooter marksman. You can do it, Batman, I said reassuringly. I know you can. And then I leaned in for a kiss. My God. What is this? What is this? What is this? Isn't Jack Ryder the Creeper in DC Comics? Yeah, something like that. He blows up people's houses. That pesky creeper. Thanks again, Batman. Alright, let's go. We have quite a lot of these to get through. Some of them are good, some of them are surprisingly, sexual. That's okay. Contingency, it's gonna be like Deathstroke pinned up his 10th image of Batman on the whiteboard. Oh my God, his pecs are perfect. It's a shame I'm gonna have to shoot one of them. You know, something like that. That's what it's gonna say. Slade pushed the hunting knife along the whetstone, the smooth scrape of steel underscoring the live combat feed. The last Cobra went offline with a burst of radio interference. Slade shook his head. Damn amateurs, we should have put people inside the drones. God damn it. A surveillance drone was circling above Bleak Island, relaying the battle below. The Knight was protecting the cloudburst, and failing. Batman had just taken apart his support. Now it was just the two of them left. Slade glanced at the monitor, their heat signatures stalking each other through the city streets. He then glanced at his second monitor, where Asmongold was streaming somebody else's video and leaving the room in between. He ran his thumb along the blade, still dull. This was torture, forced to watch from a mobile command center. The Ace Chemical siege, the occupation, everything. Batman had taken on an entire army and was winning. Slade didn't belong here observing. It was like watching someone play a video game badly, itching to pick up the controller. I'm just imagining, like, I think that would be the last thing to ever cross Slade Wilson's mind. Like, ever. That's hilarious. If anybody should have weird sex stuff in their story, it's Deathstroke. Yeah, that's, yeah. Hey, wait a second. Don't say me. Don't say me. You can't game like this. I got an 81 combo yesterday without even trying. It's about time we put some respect on the name. Come on. Contingency wasn't his style. He was better than that. But Scarecrow knew just how to sell it. He promised the soldier an end to those nightmares, the fear that made his hands tremble. Revenge, that is what you seek, and I can give it to you. The Knight's tank took a strike, systems critical. A plume of white static erupted on the screen. No one was making it out of that thing alive. Seconds later, the radio crackled. "It is time," Scarecrow announced. "Batman is yours." Slade tested the blade. It was sharp enough now. Interesting. Okay, cool. Little bit of background as to how he ended up in the game in the first place. Not too bad. Too bad his boss battle was ridiculously not good, but anyway. Burn notice. Yeah, then he gets one-shotted. He didn't even use the blade that he spent that entire fucking story sharpening, which is just crazy. But anyway. Yeah, yeah, no, you're right. Wait. Actually, what? Wait, he rescued Jason. I didn't read that. Where did you get that from? Holy shit. How did I just gloss over that? No. No, I don't know. I don't actually understand where you're getting that from. Oh, you're getting it from the comics. For a second, I thought you meant when he said, I thought revenge, that is what you seek, and I can give it to you. He was saying that to Jason. I completely... No. Scarecrow is saying that to Deathstroke. Right. That's interesting. I don't know if I like that or not. I guess it's kind of cool. Are the Arkham Knight comics worth reading? At all? Alright, burn notice. Sometimes, yeah, I've heard they're a little bit hit or miss, you know? Add it to the list, old man. They've been on my list for a while. I'll check them out at some point. Eddie looks like the Joker for some reason, really? It'd be a crime not to follow at least loosely the art style of the Arkham games. I think the character designs are mostly like 10s, you know? The Joker design, like that's a 10. The Harley design, especially in City, is like pretty damn good. Bane's awful, we can get past that, but Bane's design in Origins is really good. Riddler's design, awesome. Trying to think of another one I don't like besides Bane. Never really liked her City design. I just think it's become somewhat iconic. What's another? I don't think there is another one I super dislike. Yeah. Anyway. Hush is cool in City, but yeah, I don't hate his design in City. Linz took a generous swig from his hip flask, then pushed through the heavy oak doors into Tommaso Panessa's office. Is this the Tommaso Panessa of the Panessa Studios? Garfield, have a seat. It's Tuesday, thankfully for you. His boss's plump red face and expanded waistline betrayed the fact that he was bankrupt. Financially, as well as morally. And lasagnally as well. Too. Additionally. Lynn shrunk into a chair as Panessa dispensed with small talk, then began to justify the unceremonious firing of this lowly FX artist. Despite critical acclaim, the Inferno had recovered less than a quarter of its inflated budget in the 6 months since its release. So they decided to delete it from existence for a petty tax write-off. Such a high-profile failure, combined with increased attention from the IRS, meant that laundering millions of dollars of mob money through Panessa Studios was no longer a viable business plan. Oh my goodness. I always liked you, Linz, he said, like a veterinarian comforting an animal before pushing the plunger on a lethal injection. Jesus. Jesus. Where am I here? But the industry is different now. As a studio, we need to adapt or perish, and that means making some tough decisions. Garfield declined the pre-offered cigar with a wave of his hand, took a slab of lasagna out of his pocket and stuffed it into his mouth. He felt sick watching that greasy old bastard wrap his lips around a what? Wrap his lips around? What is happening here? Around a wad of dried leaves that cost 3 times his monthly salary. Like phrasing, dude. I'm sure a man of your intelligence knew this day would come, Garfield. I'm sure you've prepared for every eventuality. Linz was prepared, all right. He struck a match off the solid oak table and held it up to light the man's cigar. He met his boss's gaze for the last time, then expelled a mouthful of nitroglycerin through the dancing flame. Holy hell! That took a dark turn at the end. Garfield goes crazy. You said you didn't like Croc's design in Origins, but I like it. I don't love Croc's design in Origins. I like Croc's design in Night more than I like Origins. Sue me. Alright. Wait, what time is it? Holy hell. Holy shit. Am I actually gonna have time to do this? I basically have to... How is it 4:30, man? How have we been going for 3 hours? Alright, I have to speed this up. I don't want to rush through them, though. Maybe we'll have to do half tomorrow as well. Are these available to read after you do Nightfall in any capacity? Yeah, might as well, Smith. Alright, cool. Well, maybe we do half now, because I actually, I have something I have to do at around 5 o'clock. I've got about 25 minutes left. I didn't expect to go for 3 hours today. Thank you all for being here. Sorry about that. Alright, frozen out. Wrapped in cold, Nora slumbered. Deep in slumber, Nora dreamed. She dreamt of Victor, of the man he was, and of the man she knew he'd become. Oh, this is gonna be sad. She heard him sometimes, his new metallic voice piercing through the frozen veil of her sleep like an ice pick. She heard his curses, his muttered threats. And when whatever new therapy he was working on failed, when cells refused to divide and line up like soldiers on parade, when carefully authored mutations lay stubbornly dormant in unresponsive genes, she heard his harsh, anguished screams. It had been gradual, this thawing of her consciousness back into something alive, something that flowed thickly, liquidly, from dream to memory, and could even snatch in traces of the outside world. She was trapped, imprisoned in frozen flesh, but not afraid. Fear seemed impossible from her cooled brain, but there was a kind of freedom in this new existence. Freedom from the Huntington's racked body she'd left behind. I forgot, is Huntington's usually what she has? As like a, is that usually what, disease she suffers from? This will work, Nora. This will work. Victor talked to her most days, worked through scientific problems as if she was his lab assistant, professed his love, reminisced about the early months of their marriage. But the memories were distant now, Nora knew. The details become vaguer every time. She wasn't just a frozen body, Nora had long realized. She was an idealized memory, frozen in time. Was this love? Victor said he could save her, but every second's passing drew them further apart. No, Nora remembered love. Love was warm. Every single bit of Mr. Freeze media is so hard, dude. Why do they not use him more? Like, every single time, it's so good. Let's get some more Mr. Freeze, Mr. Fridge, Sir Cold in the mix. Plead. Plig, I'll even go as far as to say plibe. Using that very sparingly. Well, okay, what killed the dinosaurs? Hey, I'd argue I still enjoy his Mr. Freeze for its corniness, but using plibe very, very sparingly here. All right, I'm gonna do two more and then I have to go. All right, because it's something important. But two more. Fallout, New Vegas, Fallout, New Gotham. Oh, don't use plod, Ludicrous. It's actually very offensive in some cultures. Plibe is acceptable, but a scary, incantation. Plod will get you, okay, listen. Alright. Your Honor, Gordon shouted. The man's insane. For the last time, Commissioner, we are not here to discuss the prisoner's state of mind. Judge Wessel looked across at Gordon from the parole board panel, a look Jim had seen a dozen times this morning. Plid! Wessel's watery eyes were saying, don't make this harder than it is. Gordon shot a more succinct look back. To his left, the prisoner started talking. Again. Come now, Your Honor. As slanderous as the Commissioner's comments are, he's only expressing his frustration at the farcical nature of this so-called legal proceeding. Perhaps he doesn't understand that his presence is merely for appearance's sake. You are decorative, Detective, Riddler concluded. I already knew that was Riddler. As soon as he said, only expressing his frustration at the farcical nature of this so-called legal proceeding. That is Riddler. Riddler concluded, flashing Jim a smug smile. Gordon understood all right. Thousands of prisoners, all held illegally, and then nearly murdered by Hugo Strange. The inevitable class action lawsuit had left this tedious, soul-sapping exercise in its wake. Hundreds of parole hearings that only went one way. The prisoner got their freedom back, and Gordon got a signed declaration that the offender promised to be on their best behavior from here on in. Now, Riddler continued, given that our poor commissioner must endure several hundred more of these hearings, why don't you spare us the tedium of forcing him to reiterate the state's legally soiled case against me and simply grant me the freedom to which I'm entitled? The entire parole board spluttered indignantly. Man's got a point, Gordon conceded as he walked out the door. Rare Eddie W? I don't know. Maybe? Edward kinda did Gordon a favor there, not gonna lie. Put your Johnson away, Eddie. Edward, please sheathe your Johnson. This is a courtroom. This is a place of law and order. Alright, one last one. Power play. I'm hoping this one has something to do with the turf war from the villains in City. Okay, no it doesn't. No more of this grief crap, thought Scratch. 6 months since Joker died. Time Harley moved on. And if she couldn't move on, well, it's time the gang did. Scratch was smart. Everybody said it. He had a plan. Harley had one of her freaky Joker statues, the one with a television set sat on the shoulders, in her room. Every night she kissed the creepy video reel of his face goodnight, right on the grinning lips. Scratch was gonna put a bomb inside. Kill Harley and decapitate the old boss too. Jesus. Nothing says put Scratch in charge like that. Harley was out. Gang war with Penguin's crew. That's all they did these days. Defend instead of expand. Scratch was going to change that, he thought, slipping into her room. He's going to get killed. He is going to get deaded. But we'll see. Red and black everywhere. The curtains, the carpet, the bed, like playing cards. Harley said when she handed out the new uniforms. Clubs and hearts. Joker was in the corner, grinning at him. His eyes followed Scratch around the room, interrupted by occasional static. I dare you, they said, as Scratch crept up to the smiling ghost. Sorry, boss, he said, taking out the screwdriver and the small explosive charge. But I've got to do this. For the gang. It's all about the gang. Bad idea, Scratchy, Joker replied. Scratch froze, terrified. Bad idea, Scratchy, Joker said. Same intonation as before. Bad idea, Scratchy. Scratch relaxed. She'd cut it together, made it out of old tapes. But that meant the skull-cracking impact of Harley's baseball bat cut off the thought, and probably half his head as well if it was swung fast enough. Yeah, Scratchy went at bad idea, Scratchy. That's all I'm gonna say. Bad idea. You got moided. Where is Itchy? Well, I think we're gonna get a Power Play Part 2, and it'll be like the same story, but with his twin brother Itchy. No more of this grief crap, thought Itchy. Or just Itch, I guess. Is it Itch or Itchy? I'm trying to be as personable as I can here. Itch was smart. Everybody said it. Itch was gonna put a bomb inside it. That was a pretty good one. Bad idea, Itchy. Alright, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to call it there. I've got something I gotta do at 5 o'clock, and I'm out here reading Arkham Knight lore. Okay, so here's the plan tomorrow, okay? Actually, we'll do one more. We got 3 minutes. Let's do one more. We'll do one more. Got 3 minutes until we hit 3 hours. We'll go keep your friends close. Yeah, you got me. Alright. Master Bruce, you have a visitor. Bruce looked up from his position, curled in a fetal ball on the window ledge. Why is he doing that? Jesus. He'd had plenty of visitors. Oh, okay, right. This is back in the day. He'd had plenty of visitors since the death of his parents, an endless stream of grown-ups who suffocated him in kindness, patting him on the head and talking in soft, patronizing voices, as if a sentence spoken at normal volume might cause the poor little orphan to detonate like a bomb they'd rather leave undisturbed than risk having diffused. Bad idea, Scratchy. This wasn't one of those people. This was Thomas Elliot. Tommy. The blonde boy pushed past Alfred before Bruce could respond. He looked at Bruce and grinned. Thank you, Alfred. Bruce. Thanks a lot, Batman. Thanks again, Batman. Trying to sound formal in front of his friend. Alfred coughed awkwardly before leaving the room. It was these moments, when others were around, that he and Bruce were still learning to navigate together. Alfred had reached for Bruce's hand at the funeral only for the boy to snatch it away, embarrassed. Yet he refused to let go during the car ride home. Oh, that's beautiful. Alfred is a real one. Alfred's just a good dude. We have to be kind to you, Tommy slumped. Tommy slumped casually down next to Bruce and fixed him with an intense stare that mirrored Bruce's own. That's what Miss Highslop said at school. Jesus, she must have it hard. What an unfortunate name for a school setting. Everyone's being kind to me, Tommy. It's boring. Tommy thought about this. I wish my parents were dead, he said eventually. Then I'd be a billionaire like you. Jesus! Holy hell. Bruce's stunned laughter echoed around the manor's empty rooms. Oh, that's it. Oh, come on. I want more of that interaction. That's great. Oh, that's good. I like that. Good on you, Hush. That is lore accurate. Holy hell. Alright. I gotta call it there. We're just about at 3 hours. So, the plan tomorrow, I think I'm gonna do Nightfall. I'm gonna do Mr. Freeze. And then we're gonna finish with the rest of the stories. I think that's how we should do it. That might be the way to go. Do Mr. Freeze? What do you reckon about that? So we got Wallflower next, alright. So, I would say... I keep getting told to do Fridge after Nightfall, but then it seems like... What's going on here? I don't know, maybe I'll do a poll. I'll do a poll tomorrow. I'll do a poll when we start the stream tomorrow, okay? And you can decide. And I've heard it's good either way, so Easter egg isn't that impressive. To me, it would make sense to do it before Nightfall, like everything else, but I was told after. But look, I'll do a poll tomorrow. We'll decide. My favorite story. Homecoming's awesome. Homecoming's a really good one. I like that it caps off Bane's story. It has like a purpose to be there. Resolutions is really well written and funny to read. I really like something written from the perspective of Calendar Man. That's awesome. The Cargo is pretty good. Maybe not one of my favorites. Cheap Shot's pretty funny from Jack Ryder's perspective. Contingency's alright. Burn Notice is alright. Frozen Out's probably my favorite one so far. The idea that I hadn't thought of a lot was like the idea of Nora being somewhat conscious and hearing Victor's like, you know, constant trials to get her, you know, back to life essentially, or back to life and healthy is pretty crazy. Well, not back to life, but, you know, to cure her disease and have their lives go back to what it was. But then the nipple sentence was like, no, that was Jack Ryder. What was the one in this one? Did this one have one, actually? No, I actually think this one didn't have any... No, we didn't. Okay. I don't think so. Yeah, no, Frozen Out's probably my favorite one. Jack Ryder was the one with the nipple comment. Yeah, I'd say top three. Top three would be, so far, would be Homecoming, Frozen Out, and The Trap. No, not The Trap. Resolutions, I mean. Those are my top three, I would say. But yeah, alright. I need to hurry my ass up, or I'm gonna miss what I need to do. Thank you all. This was actually a really fun stream. I was worried it was gonna be kind of uneventful / boring, but that was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of them. I actually really enjoyed that. Thank you very much. That was fun. Tomorrow, I will be back. We will finish this game. We will wrap it up and put a bow on it. And it's going to be beautiful. Sorry, you're in the void. Whoops. Yeah, thanks everybody. That was great. Thank you for the various bits today. Thank you for watching as always. Thank you for the support on TGB. It always blows me away. Thank you for supporting that. I did work very hard on it, and it's always rewarding to see that people are enjoying it. So thank you a lot for that. And thanks, James. Appreciate it, dude. 5 months is wild. Thank you, man. We're heading out now, lol. Sorry to break it to you. But yeah, alright, that's it. Thank you, James. Thanks for the sub, dude. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow for the final Nightfall, the final Arkham Knight stream. Well, not the final, but the final of the main campaign. Alright, thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. We're putting a bow on it. Don't be late again. I will try and be on time tomorrow. Okay. Cheers, everybody. Goodbye.